Hello fellow gamers, my name is Brent Justice and welcome back to my gameplay channel, Justice Gaming, as I change the microphone around here. I am in Horizon Forbidden West today, continuing my playthrough, and as you see there on the screen, I have made an adjustment to how I am displayed on the screen. Instead of doing a fake background removal with the AI background removal, I am doing the traditional webcam square rectangle view thing, and this is because I was getting a lot of lag with the other way, using that fake background removal. I don't have a green screen, so it was like an AI background removal, but it was really causing a lot of lag and performance loss. In addition, it was for some reason making my image very blurry on my face, and I couldn't figure out what was making me blurry. And it ends up that's what it was that was making me blurry. And also the contrast was not as good. So I'm actually getting better contrast in the actual image quality of my face and everything by not using that. And so that's what I'm doing. I just decided to go ahead and just use the straight capture from the camera and just put a mask, blend on there, so that it would crop out my the sides and everything on the camera, and just have that over there on the side. So that's what's going on right now, and that's the way it's going to be, I think, for the future. Also gives me a nice little background. I got a light above my head. I think it looks pretty good. But also now you can see in the bottom right corner of the screen, you can see my arrows set up. So where I had my body and face positioned before, you could not see my my arrow setup down there, where it shows like in this bottom right corner down here. Now you can see what I have selected in terms of arrow, and you can see the ammo type, and you can see the valor buildup and the stamina and all that down there. So that's something that now you can see. However, I was noticing it cuts off part of my weapon wheel, so you can't see, for example, my corrosive blast sling, and when I select it, that's kind of hidden under there. That's just one of the downsides we're going to have to live with, but at least you can see what weapon I have selected now and that I'm using down there. So that is that. Also, I did have to completely reset everything in OBS. So I am hoping that the volumes are going to be okay on this. I actually don't know how the volumes are going to be until I go back and listen to this whole recording. So I'm hoping that it will be okay, not too loud, not too soft. I'm going to try not to be too loud. I may actually need to pull that away a little bit more. We'll see if it'll be loud enough while I'm in combat. That's what I'm worried about, is what will the volume be like if I try to speak during a combat situation. Will the game be too loud, or will my voice be too soft or too loud? I don't know yet. Anyway, if things need to be changed for future videos, I will do that for future videos. And if things are a little off on this video, I do apologize, and I will fix it for the next one. But moving on from that, today I am going to do a main quest. This is going to be the Singularity quest. I am expecting this to be extremely long. I'm expecting this to be very lore heavy. And that's what I'm going to do today. So sit tight, everyone. Grab a snack. Grab something to eat. This is going to be a long one today, I am thinking. Now, I don't know, because I've never played it. This could be a part of another part, and then there will be other quests beyond that. I don't know. This could be the final quest of the game. I don't know. I just know I think we're leading into the final part of the game, because I've pretty much finished everything else in the game. I have, well, in the last video, I did another side quest that I found called the Blood Choke, and finished that. And then other than that, yeah, I think I've completed like everything in the game. So I feel like I'm at an end game scenario, an end game quest here. I am ghost level 66. So that is pretty far up there. I'm not gaining anything more on levels. I can go ahead and add things into my valors and get all them. I think this one, let's see, consumes a special potion. See, if I use any valor, I think it might be Overshield, which is already maxed out. Defy Death might be a good one, so I'll go ahead and max it out. Just spend all my skill points here. Stealth Stalker, let's go ahead and max that out. Okay, that's all I can max out for now. So I got some pretty good Valors going. I think the two that I would mainly use is either the critical chance and damage buff I'm using now, or maybe the Overshield one. I have to apply these though when I want to use them, so I can't just use them whenever, you know, freely. I have to go activate that Valor. But right now I've got it on critical boost, and I'll keep critical boost selected, although I may go to Overshield if I need a lot of protection. But all of those Valors are maxed out now, so that's good. Also, the other thing I need to cover is, if you didn't check out my last video, if you skipped that video, in the first part of that video, I went over a long tirade about upgrading all my weapons. I have upgraded all my weapons. So just so you know, as we're going into this quest today, my Sunshot Hunter Bow is fully upgraded, my Delta Sharp Shot Bow is fully upgraded, and of course Corrosive Blast Sling is fully upgraded. My Sun Scourge Bow, fully upgraded. So I've got the Frost, the Fire, and the Corrosive Arrows on it, fully upgraded. My Glow Blast Sharp Shot Bow, fully upgraded. And my Lightning Hunter Bow, fully upgraded. I have every upgrade. So all of my weapons are maxed out for today's quest. I'm going to go with this loadout today, but everything is maxed out. I spent the time to grind prior to the last video. Off camera, I did a whole lot of grinding to go kill all the machine parts I needed to upgrade these arrows. So everything is upgraded now. I just want to tell you all that before we go into it, because it's going to be a big one. Now, also, before I start, I'm actually going to go back here, and the reason why is I want to stock up on everything before I head to my base and start the actual quest. So I'm going to stock up on all my gear and get everything ready so that I can just go straight from there and get on with the quest. But let me go replenish everything. I was going to do that off camera and I did not. But I am just going to do that real quick. Give me just a moment here to do that. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to go to the workbench. And I am going to craft new arrows and potions. Make sure I have everything I need for this. Ammo. Okay, we're going to craft arrows here. Make sure I've got everything set up. All my arrows are full. I think that should be everything there. Okay, I have everything set up there. Potion crafting. I think I'm full on potions. Yeah. Okay, let me just restock my cache. And there we go. I'm restocked. Do I have full sludge? I should have full sludge. Let me just make sure there's no resources I need to buy. Yeah, okay, I'm good. Okay. Well, everyone, I am fully stocked up. I am ready to begin the main quest, Singularity. So, let's go to quests. Let's go to main Singularity. With the fate of the Tanakh decided and Silence cooperation secured, Aloy must call her alloys. Aloy must call her alloys. Aloy must call her allies together to prepare for the fight ahead. Return to the base. That's what we're going to do. We're going to the base. Here we go. Singularity, main quest. All the way back to the base we go. We will go to the base, go inside, and probably a lot of dialogue before we, begin the quest. So let's see what we have to go over here. But I'm excited. This is going to be a good one. It's going to be a lot of lore. It's going to be pretty long, probably. Maybe a lot of things to loot. Maybe some data pads to read. Oh boy, here we go. Straight into it.
Hey, Mr. Know-It-All is here. You know, your focus buddy who never smiles. I didn't know what to do with him, so I had him wait in your room.
Got it. Thanks.
Is he talking about Katalo? No, silence.
Well, Silence.
That's right.
Looks like you finally found a door you could open without me.
I'm glad it's there, actually. It kept me from having to mingle with the company you keep. But enough prattle. I believe you owe me an explanation. Your plans for the Zenith base?
You're right. I do owe you. My spear in your throat for deceiving me again. At the Hades Proving Lab.
I doubt you asked me here for that kind of reckoning.
No. Right now, I need your help. So I'm giving you one final chance.
Hot latte today, guys.
But if you ever betray me again,
Hot latte.
I will kill you no matter what the circumstance. Understood?
Very well. Though we'll both face a decidedly short future if you can't get us inside that base.
Aloy, your other guest is here. She's, coming to you.
Is it?
Thanks.
Who is it?
Good timing.
Is it Tilda?
The truth is, I can't actually get us into the base. But she can.
Ah, Tilda.
The company you keep is even worse than I thought.
Not a fan of surprises, are you? Oh, look. That must be your little invention.
Oh, come on, it works.
Does the weapon work? Without self-destructing?
Of course it does. I've eliminated the imperfections and greatly improved its design and output.
How can we be sure?
Care for a demonstration?
Enough, both of you.
Well, they don't like each other.
We're in this together. At least for now.
Tension
Go
there,
talk
I
to
guess.
Erend. Tell him I said to give you rooms of your own. I'll come see you when I get a chance.
It's a big device, though, to carry around everywhere. But if it works, it works.
Oh, no. You first.
Wonder what their tension is. Why do they have tension? Oh, this is going to go swimmingly.
Better get everyone in the control room so Tilda can tell us what she knows about the Zenith base.
So we do have some new items here.
Focus. It's Varl's. I used to think no Nora would ever accept one. But Varl did. Even when he was overwhelmed. He refused to let me push him away. With Regala out of the way, Hikaru and Tanalk, they're safe. The future's up to them now. I do wish they'd drop all the honorary names they've given me. But if I've learned anything about them, that it's not a battle I am going to win.
I think these things I have already examined in the past. So those are the two new items. That one new. I think I've already seen what that one is. Okay. Well, it's not doing anything. That's fine. All right. So I got my stash. Let's go out. There's probably going to be a lot of dialogue here as we talk to our companions. Yeah, that's what I figured. Got to go through a lot of dialogue here and talk to everybody.
I watered those plants for you.
But let's do that.
Aloy, you came back with some interesting friends.
Wish I could say we don't need them. But Silence and Tilda are here for a reason. Even Regala.
Yeah. Enemy of my enemy and all that, right?
Right. I guess Silence is keeping to himself, as usual.
I was hoping he'd give me an excuse to hammer his sorry ass to the ground.
Please don't.
You telling me you wouldn't want to get just one good hit on that smug face of his? After everything he's done?
Sure. Later. Right now, he's got something we need. What's wrong with your shoulder?
Yeah, it hurts a little. Yeah, maybe a lot.
What'd you do?
Well, I tried to arm wrestle with Catallo.
Yeah, maybe that wasn't such a great idea.
I was just curious to see if that new arm of his was as strong as it looked. Turns out it really is.
Doesn't look like any of our guests are making trouble.
Yet. So, Catalo tells me you flew. Well, that's new.
Absolutely.
I'm busting my balls trying to learn to read. You're out there having all the fun.
Don't worry. You'll be getting all the fun you can handle soon. With the Zeniths.
Looking forward to it.
You, talked to Tilda at all?
I tried. I don't think even a hot forge could melt that ice. And you say she wants to help?
I think so. Well, let's hope. I better get going.
Oh, you know where to find me.
So is Erend not coming with us on this task? I guess. I thought it was going to be all of our companions together, but I don't know.
Aloy, it appears that we have some interesting new guests. I'm glad to see you're okay, though. I heard you gave the Tenakth something to talk about. I was half expecting you to burst in through the ceiling riding a sunwing.
Sorry to disappoint. Have you talked to any of our new friends?
Erend and I tried speaking to Silence, but apparently our tribal prattle is unnecessary.
Charming, isn't he? Ready to head over to the Zenith base?
Okay, so
Whatever comes,
she is
we will
coming.
endure.
Thoughts on our new Zenith acquaintance?
I'd say she smells like death, but even death smells of something. She's more like a cold piece of metal, bent on repelling all semblance of life.
She's definitely different. I have to go. I trust you to keep things civil around here.
I guess
I'll make
it's just
sure Erend
the.
doesn't punch Silence in the face, if that's what you mean.
I guess it's just the general farewell message. I can't tell if they're coming with us or not coming with us. On one end, that says they're coming with us. On the other, not. Okay, let's see.
You flew? Kotalo told me. And took out Regala's machines?
That's right, we did that.
You know what? I don't even know why I'm surprised. I saw we have visitors and a new weapon. Does this mean we're ready to take the fight to the Zeniths?
Almost.
Oh, and I wanted to give you this. For helping me get the data on Leviathan.
Oh, I got a reward
I
from
didn't really
for
know
that.
what to give you, so I asked Zoe what you might like.
Thanks, Alpha. I'll put it to good use.
Okay, let's talk to her.
Are you okay?
I was wondering, is it really safe having someone like Regala here? She seems angry.
Oh, that's right. I forgot
The
Regala
kind
is
of
here
anger that
also.
leads to murdering people in their
He is
sleep.
in our base.
Don't worry. We're
I
going
gotta
to
talk
point
to
that
her.
anger in the right direction. The Zeniths.
If you say so.
We got Regala, we got Silence, we got Tilda. I mean, all of these unknown
I
variables.
hope our new guests have been behaving.
This Silence, he's the one who built the weapon that can take down Zenith shields?
He is. Though I wouldn't expect him to answer any questions about it. He refuses to dole out his secrets to us lesser mortals.
Oh.
You know that special part of us that makes us warm, kind, welcoming?
Our spirit?
Yeah. He was born without that. Anything new around here?
Kotalo showed me the schematics for his new arm. I recall reading about robotic limbs within the Legacy, but I never thought I'd see one in action. Technology like that would be treasured back home. Think of what it could do for injured workers or soldiers. But knowing the Imperial family, they would use it for different purposes. Their own.
Replacing body parts as they grow older. Like the Zeniths.
Pretty much.
Exactly.
You sure you're okay going on this mission? I know things must be happening pretty fast for you.
I've already braved oceans and madmen who thought they were ancestors.
So I think
reborn.
everybody is going on this
Why
mission.
not a few immortals with lethal drones at their command, too?
Guess the more the merrier. I suppose you saw that Tilda is here. Our very own Zenith.
I almost went up to her. To ask her, well, every question I've ever had about the legacy. Every diviner I know would kill to get 5 minutes with one of the old ones. But now that she's here, all I feel is a vague unease. I don't know if I'm scared of finding out more uncomfortable truths, or just scared of her. Probably both.
I need to wrap up a few things, but stay sharp.
I'll be ready when you call.
Okay, who is left? Where is Regala? I talked to her. There's nobody in here. Oh, I see a thingy over here. Oh, we got Katalo. Let's talk to Katalo. Oh, wait, what's all this?
Sounds like a ration every soldier should have.
Oh, I can examine that. Okay, let's talk to Katalo first.
Haven't seen you since the battle at the Grove. How are you holding up?
I saw you fly on the wings of the Ten, and paralyze Regala's army with lightning. I would say that I am inspired.
Thank you, I guess.
It is I who should be thanking you.
Look, I know you're probably not happy about keeping Regala around, but I want her on our side when we fight the Zeniths.
It is more than she deserves. Even so, I will not question
I mean,
your
look, we're
judgment.
gonna need everybody
Thank
we
you,
can get.
Katalo.
We're just gonna need everybody. This is the Zeniths we're talking about.
Anything new going on I should know about?
The Quen has been more insistent than usual, asking about the visions at the Grove. Her pursuit of knowledge is relentless. The Ten would have a hard time fighting her off.
Just think of her like one of your chaplains.
Yes, only more persistent.
Things will get ugly once the Zeniths realize we're in their base. You'll need every trick you've ever learned.
I would have it no other way. Many soldiers died in the old world to make sure we stood here today. We will endure
In their
on their
base.
behalf. Though, I am curious how you intend to defeat the Zenith's defenses without an army of our own.
Main screen,
that to
turn
me.
on.
Just make sure you're ready to fight.
As you say. You have
Move
more than earned
Zig
my
for
trust.
great justice.
Did you meet Tilda?
There is something about her that doesn't seem natural. I wouldn't be surprised if my sword went through her and she didn't bleed at all.
Honestly, with her, nothing would surprise me.
Yeah, what are they now? It's like, are they still somewhat biological, or are they just not all biological at all?
I bet people are curious about that new arm of yours.
None more than our Quen ally, I assure you. She couldn't wait to take it apart and figure out how it works. I gave her the data I used to build the thing, hoping that would satisfy her curiosity instead.
Good luck with that. Your people keep mentioning the wings of the Ten.
No, I know what
The
that is.
visions tell us that the
No,
men
no,
leapt
no,
for
I've
us.
been through
It is
all
why
this.
the
I don't know why that
I won't lie,
showed that
I
I
can
hadn't heard that before. I've obviously heard all that before. Okay.
I have to go. But I'll be briefing everyone on the plan soon.
Understood.
Okay, so that's Katalo. I'm looking for Regala and I don't see her. Oh, let me go back in and see what this thing was I could examine.
I see you've got your new arm ready to go.
Oh,
Yes.
that's all.
It still feels strange. I've gotten used to the absence, but no matter. I'm sure I will need it before the attack on the Zenith base is through.
Okay,
Hey, Aaron.
There you are.
there's Tilda. Oh, I do have another dialogue. Should I talk to Tilda now?
Well done, Aloy. Despite my reservations, you managed to secure Silence and his weapon. You're truly a shining example of Liz's fortitude.
I've been thinking about what you said at your house. How you were friends with Elizabeth. It was more than that, wasn't it?
Perceptive as ever. You're right, we were together for a time.
I didn't pick up on that when I
Okay, so
when I watched that. I see.
what happened?
I was an orphan. I had always been alone. By my 30s, I was starting to wonder if that was simply my fate in life. And then I met Liz. We kept running into each other at conferences. We'd have coffee. At some point, it became drinks. I thought it was just shop talk, an exchange of ideas, but then I was surprised at how much I looked forward to seeing her. Soon we were flying halfway across the world every other week just to meet up. For the first time, I didn't feel lonely. I could imagine a future where I wasn't. I think Liz felt the same way at first. She had lost her mother a few years back. I filled a void for her. I know I did. But as time passed, it seemed as though she wanted less when I wanted more. And so we ended things.
So helping me, restoring Elizabeth's dream. It's what?
A second chance, yes. I made a mistake leaving Earth while Liz stayed behind. I should have done more. So when I saw you, a woman who has carved her own remarkable path, beyond even what made Liz a phenomenon, I knew I had to help you. To do right by her.
Okay, well, there's a lot here. Hold on, guys. There's a... Oh, no, wait a minute. I've been through all these, haven't I? Let me just double check. Some of these I might have been through already.
You said before that you're not like the other Zeniths.
Maybe I
never
haven't.
were.
I don't remember.
But you went along with all of
Yeah,
them.
I did.
Out of necessity.
I
Both
did.
when Earth, I did what I
did
tried
go through all
against
these.
and a little.
I have been through all these. I'm pretty sure I've been through all these.
Why did you make the data channel look like your house?
Yeah.
I say
I know I've
truly.
heard.
And yeah, I thought it would.
I know I've heard all that. I'm gonna normally.
Why did you make the
Normally I would
say
listen to all
truly.
this,
Yes.
but I think I've
thought
already
it
listened to
would-
all
I
this.
had data being. I'm sorry, I had to cut off content. She needed.
So I'm just gonna quickly go through all this so it shows that I've completed it. But I know I've heard all these things.
Why do you think Elizabeth...
I've wondered that for 1,000 years. She was brilliant.
This one I might not have heard.
Visionary. She cared so deeply for the world, for the betterment of humanity. But it also felt like she kept everyone at arm's length, including me. She never wanted to share her burdens. I think, in the end, she had a core that she never let anyone be part of. Sometimes I wonder if anyone really knew her.
I found a recording of you and Elizabeth back in the proving lab after Far Zenith's attempt to steal Gaia.
Yes. A most unpleasant conversation.
She said something after the call. I think she regretted how things ended between you.
Did she? All this time, thank you for telling me.
Yeah, that
I've
was.
always hated that.
This was
those were the
definitely new
last words
dialogue
we ever said
I
to
hadn't
each
heard
other.
yet.
And that her last impression of me was as a functionary of Far Zenith, not who I truly am.
When it's time to break into the Zenith base,
This is also
what can we
new.
expect?
I'll go over the full layout once you've assembled your friends. Suffice it to say, we will need to push as fast as possible to Beta and Gaia's location, dealing with heavy resistance along the way.
There we go.
There are also printing facilities where the others have been amassing the natural resources they've stripped from the region.
What for?
First for use in the base's infrastructure, and then to fabricate more Spectre drones, a small army of them.
Of course.
When I was out in the wilds, I saw a shuttle take off from the island, heading for space.
It was likely ferrying materials to and from our ship in orbit. After hundreds of years luxuriating in our digital comforts, the ship was barely space-worthy when we made our escape. Disaster can strike at any moment. We've learned our lesson.
Have you figured out how Silence's weapon works?
No, and he's been very careful not to allow me near it. I'll admit it bothers me, but regardless of how it functions, I am confident it will deactivate the other shields en masse.
How many of them are in the base?
10, including Eric and Gerard. Only a handful of us made it to our ship when our colony collapsed.
Oh. So there's not as many of them as I thought there would be. Oh, I can go over everyone. I'm gonna go over everyone.
Okay, so I've had run-ins with a handful of Zeniths. What about the rest?
An array of the wealthiest people on Earth. Titans of their industries.
And let me guess. All selfish and ruthless to the core?
Most, but not all. There were a few with whom I got along. Annika Murjani, for instance, was always delightful. She founded the Holonet's most successful dance channel and was herself mesmerizing to watch. And I had fascinating discussions with Song Jiao about her work in cellular biology. Our immortality treatments are due in part to her achievements. But then there were others like Devin Miller, the CEO of a fast food printing corporation. His only real preoccupations were perfecting his golf swing and taking self-hollows. When I think about all of us, we really should have accomplished more. We had eternity.
Fast food printing sounds terrible. Fast food's bad enough as it is. Could you imagine mass-produced 3D printed fast food? Oh my gosh.
So, Eric. Was he always a bloodthirsty psychopath?
I believe he got worse over time. On Earth, he was the founder of a profitable private military company. A band of cutthroats, in other words. Even as governments abandoned human combatants in favor of automated warfare. He found success with clientele that required a more personal touch. There were also rumors that he personally hunted and killed his targets.
Gosh.
On occasion, all for the thrill of it. But on Sirius, he retreated to virtual reality simulations. In them, he could go on rampages as violent as he pleased, though I suspect with diminishing satisfaction.
So he's not a good guy.
Believes he was one of the greatest people from the old world.
Then they would be quite disappointed to meet him, though I'm sure he'd bask in the adoration.
So that's Eric.
What can you tell me about Gerard?
He was the head of the world's largest financial conglomerate, and as such had dealings with almost every major corporation. It made him one of the wealthiest people on Earth, and certainly the wealthiest among Far Zenith.
What does one person do with that much money?
Buy more power, more influence. Gerard's always believed himself to be a refined patrician, able to maintain control with a polished smile. But beneath that exterior is a cold and calculating operator. It was his decision to restrict Beta's upbringing to her digital educators, the avatars of the Apollo database, while we were painted as her benefactors.
Well, we'll deal with him soon enough. And the others.
I would very much like to see his face when he realizes we've beaten him.
When I was in the ruins of Vegas, I found data on a man named Stanley Chen. I think he was a Zenith.
Stanley, ever the optimist. He was one of the good ones. When we established our colony, he built an exact replica of Las Vegas in virtual reality. Lights, shows, gambling, every detail perfectly recreated. And while others cloistered themselves in their own fantasies, he flung his doors wide to everyone.
The way you're talking about him, I'm guessing he didn't make it back to Earth?
No, he perished when our colony was destroyed. He would have been thrilled to discover that part of his beloved city survived.
Okay, and Verbena.
When Beta escaped and hid in an ancient research facility, I saw another one of the Zeniths, Verbena. Who was she?
A dull star amidst a sea of brighter constellations. Unlike most of Far Zenith's members who amassed their wealth through shrewd business deals and technological achievements, Verbena inherited her billions. Her father had achieved great success in the luxury holotourism industry. At age 24, she became the world's most eligible bachelorette, branding herself a life designer. Someone who leverages their fame to influence the choice of others.
What? Like a cult?
In a way, yes.
Well, she must have done something right to have survived this long.
She was her own brand of ruthless. That much is true. But even rats can cling to a vessel for escape.
Okay.
I already asked.
An array
And let me get
Already
most
asked
on
about
it
that.
She found it successful, and I are immortal. But then there were his only real. When I think about it,
Okay, I think that's everything.
Okay. I'll let you know when it's time.
I'll be here until then. And thank you, Aloy, for giving me this chance. My past has always been a struggle. More than once I've lost everything. But when I look to the future, I see Liz's dream fulfilled. A universe of new possibilities.
Maybe we can make it happen.
We will. I won't let anything get in the way. I promise you that.
Okay, well, now let's see. I still haven't found Regala. I don't know where Regala is at. I think we have to go up there.
Yeah, he seems happy with it.
Did you need something?
Okay, I can't.
That is a happy
I don't see any dialogue. Maybe she's up there in the main room. She must be. I don't see anybody else down here, so. Okay, guys, I think it's time to finally get it on and start this. I know all that dialogue was a whole bunch, pretty long there, pretty lengthy, but it was necessary to get the quest started. Wanted to make sure to get all that in. Now we can assemble our companions.
Okay. Maybe it's time to get everyone together so Tilda can brief us.
I thought I could talk
But is
to
there anything
Regala,
I
but
should handle
maybe
before that?
maybe not. Okay, let's gather companions. This is it, everyone. We're starting Singularity for
All right,
reals.
people. I need you up in the control room right away.
We'll see what the plan's gonna be. I'm real interested.
Okay, everyone. We all know what's at stake. Beta, Gaia. Not to mention life on Earth. Now, it might seem like the Zeniths are invincible, but they're not. We've got what it takes to break into their base and defeat them. We even have one of them on our side. Tilda, show us the base.
It is constructed atop the ruins of an ancient military facility on an island to the southwest. I can get us inside. To this location, undetected.
How exactly?
You'll know when you need to. Once inside, our goal will be this structure. The launch tower.
Okay, the launch tower.
Gaia and Beta are being held at the top. But along the way, we will face overwhelming resistance. Most importantly from Gerard, Eric, and the others. But also...
Once I take away their shields, we should be able to deal with them. But it will be easier to deploy the device if someone else is carrying it. I'll need a strong back.
Carry stuff? Yeah, I can do that.
Even if your device works, there will still be Spectre drones, scores of them.
If only we had an army to fight them.
Well, that's Regala's army, right?
I've got that under control. You'll know when you need to.
Or
All right.
maybe there was
We'll meet up
another
again
army?
just before we go
I
in.
forget. We'll find out.
Where's the best place to rendezvous?
On the coast, just across from the island. Once there, I'll show you the way.
Okay. I'll let you know when I arrive at the rendezvous point. And then you can join me. In the meantime, do whatever you need to prepare. Understood? You two? A minute?
Some kind of secret mission with them?
Tilda helped me get in touch with Beta, and she told me something important. There's an installation inside the base. It's called a regulator. Here. Once we're inside, I need you two to split off from everyone else and destroy it. So you'll have to bring explosives. This will help stop the drones. Everything depends on it.
Okay.
You with me?
So they have a little separate.
After that, I want
Separate
you to
thing to
find a
do.
way to infiltrate the Zenith network.
How?
Go over all the data that Beta left behind. She knew how to do it, I'm sure of that.
All right. But why? What am I trying to do?
Find information about the Zeniths.
Ah.
Anything Tilda's not telling us.
Maybe there's some hidden info there.
Sans is right about one thing. There's no way we can take her on her word.
I'll do my best.
Keep her safe.
Maybe there's some
Okay.
stuff she's not telling us. That's
On my
interesting.
life.
Very interesting. Well, this is going to be something, that's for sure. All right, talk to your... well, I've already talked to my companions. Is there more dialogue to do here? Let me see if there is a little bit more. Okay, gosh, there is more dialogue, guys. I'm sorry. I will make sure to have chapters below so you can skip through this to the actual mission.
I'll be gentle with it,
But
I promise.
I want to do the optional.
We're finally doing this.
Never thought I'd be off on a mission to take down a bunch of immortals from the stars. I can hear the drinking songs already.
Varl made the right call. You know, bringing you here.
Thanks. Yeah, Varl. You know, I never knew he had a sister. I found out a few days before you guys went to Gemini. I was, well, to be honest, I was terrified I'd screw up the mission somehow. So he sat me down for a drink. Just one, mind you. And we talked about family. Vala, Ursa, loss and revenge. And how you helped us.
You know, we never did get that drink you promised back in the Embrace. And you never told me exactly how your sister escaped the Mad Sun King.
I guess we never got round to it. World ending and all. No time like the present, though. If you're up for it.
If that one's not working right, you can have one of my spare focuses, you know.
Yeah, little bugger's got some personality, that's all. You just saved my butt a couple of times now. It wouldn't feel right to leave it behind. You know, besides, it goes with my outfit.
Wouldn't want to spoil your look.
Look, you know what? I think I'm going to have a drink with Aaron, and I'm going to tell you why. We already lost Varl. We lost Varl. Could we lose another companion with this quest today? Could we lose another companion? I'm not going to take my chances.
You think it's time for us to finally have that drink?
Yeah? I mean, yeah, of course.
Could be our last chance. I mean, I'm getting that vibe. I don't know why I'm getting that vibe. I didn't think we would lose anybody in this game real main like that, like Varl. So I could see Aaron being one that goes. I could see it. I could see it. I mean, I hope not.
So, how did Ursa escape Mad Sun King Duran's palace?
Well, first she had to survive the Sun Ring. See, during the war, the Karja threw a prisoner a day in there. And, you know, for what? To die as sacrifices, fighting machines in a pit. Thinking somehow that was gonna appease all the other deranged machines in the world? Ha! And when it was Ursa's turn, the Karja thought she'd go down if they threw a big machine at her.
Oh, but she didn't.
And she defeated all of them. Even got some of Duran's kestrels for good measure. And the Mad Sun King was impressed, I guess. Thought it'd be funny to have her run around his palace as a servant. He enjoyed humiliating her that way.
I remember you telling me something about that. That's how she met Avad. He helped her escape.
Yeah, but But what no Karja scroll will ever tell you is how the young prince snuck Ursa out of the palace. He knew their best chance was to get Ursa to blend in, so he got her everything she needed to disguise herself as a Karja noblewoman. Yeah, perfumes, veils, and all.
I get the feeling she wasn't too happy with that.
Oh man, Ursa would have rather fought her way out of that palace with her bare hands than put on all of that Karja eye paint. But Avad insisted it was the only way, so she agreed under one condition. Avad had to dress up as well.
She made Avad dress up like a noblewoman?
As perfumed and powdered as a babe. Ursa said he looked better like that than he ever did in a crown.
That would, definitely make for an interesting sight.
It's not often we
it
see
worked like
Aloy
a charm, too.
this relaxed.
Not only did they make it out of the palace, they paid a traveling merchant to get Ursa to the border, and none were the wiser.
This was a good moment for them. And these are the kind of moments you see, I think, that are important in this game. So I enjoyed that.
You were right. That was a story best told over a drink.
All good stories are.
It was good to have that moment before we go into battle.
I guess I should get going.
I'll see you at the rendezvous point, with my hammer ready.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, that was a good moment to have there before we jump into all this. I'm gonna have to talk to everybody again. Let's do it though. Again, chapters below if you want to skip these parts.
I hope everybody's ready for this. Fighting the Zeniths isn't going to be easy.
Aloy, nothing you do ever is. At least now you don't have to do it alone.
Thanks. You and Aaron seem to be on better terms now.
He may have terrible taste in music, but he did apologize for mocking my tribe. And that ale he keeps raving about isn't half bad. I still plan on beating that stubborn face of his to break our sparring stalemate.
Try not to hurt him too bad. Everyone here, training, working
Open my
together.
door a little bit. It's hot in here.
If it weren't for Varl, none of it would have happened.
You know, there was this one night, right before Varl left with you to go to Gemini. He realized I was having trouble sleeping. I was nervous about the mission. To be honest, I think we both were. So, he asked me to join him in Gaia's dome. He brought up this hologram of Earth that you two found back in the Zenith launch facility. We sat there, just looking at it. I thought about how Plainsong was just a speck on that great sphere. How every corner of it must be teeming with life. And any fears I had about our mission were gone. I miss him terribly.
I know.
Okay, well, I think that's everything then.
I should go. I'll let you know when I'm ready to head to the base.
Before you do, there is one favor I would ask of you.
What is it?
You placed this focus in my care, and gave me the highest calling an Utaru has ever known. If I should fall in battle, I'd like you to be the one to bury my seed pouch.
Zoe could be the one to go too. I feel like
For the both
somebody
of
is
us.
gonna go at the end of this. Somebody's
Make sure you stay
dying.
alive to do so.
We're not all making it through this.
Just try to all come back home.
I have
okay.
that feeling somehow. Alright. Let's talk to Alva.
You nervous?
I'd be lying if I said I'm not slightly apprehensive.
The plan will work if we all focus on our assignments.
Right.
I want you to know I'm glad you're with us, Alva.
Whatever happens, I'm grateful that the legacy brought us together. I never thought I'd get to actually meet an ancestor.
Come on, do I look that old? Katala will protect you inside the Zenith base.
I'm not afraid. I know Katalo will fulfill his duty, as
This is
will
pretty
I.
big for Alva.
If we die doing
She's
so,
never done like
at least it'll be alongside a
this
friend.
kind of a thing, you know.
I'd rather you both stay alive.
He went from studying data to
We'll
becoming
try
a
and
combat
keep that in
veteran.
mind.
Once all this is over, will you go back across the ocean?
I don't know. The more I think about it, the more worried I become. If I go back, I don't even know if they'd let me keep this focus you gave me, or what they'd do to me for reading what is clearly forbidden data. Even if I somehow were allowed to carry on my duties as a diviner, would I be willing to let the truths I've learned about the ancestors be buried away by the Board of Overseers? Would I dare challenge them and risk my family's safety? Or losing Federa?
Who's this Federa you mentioned?
She is another diviner. One of our best. We used to be rivals at the academy. I hated her guts. But apparently there's a fine line between hate and love. We became very close, and then I was assigned to the expedition. She promised she'd wait for me, no matter how long it took.
Well, that was smart of her. She won't do any better.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I do. The rest of us should be enough of a distraction to the Zeniths for you to hack into their network undetected. But you'll have to be quick, in case they do.
What exactly do you expect me to find, Aloy?
I don't know. The truth, if we're lucky.
Hey.
I need to get going.
Oh wait, was there one more?
Truthfully.
Was there one more with her? Hold on. There was something about
Got him?
Yes?
data on Leviathan. Did I already ask that though?
Have you looked through the data we recovered on...
There is much to sort, but I believe we'll be able to get it operational.
Okay,
And I
she's gonna be able to use-
Overseers would have us believe they were infallible, but Pharaoh wasn't. His
Right.
greed led
So
the
they're gonna be
archive
able
of
to
the
use-
old ones not. So when I started to think they were all the same. Selfish, egotistical, cruel. But in the end, it's not that simple. The truth isn't a straight line of ink, it's a splatter.
Just kind of quickly going through this. I get the gist of it.
I doubt Bohai would agree with you.
No. As Eileen said, but it's worth fighting, and this diviner, at least, won't settle for...
Okay, but they're going to be able to use the Leviathan
out.
stuff, so that's good.
I'll go back.
Okay, let's talk to Katalo, I believe. Well, we got a couple in here, actually. Let's talk to Katalo.
So,
I do not know everything that you have planned, but it doesn't matter. All that remains is to follow you to the end, whatever that will be.
thank you, Katalo. I'm glad all this brought us together.
Boy, guys,
brought us
this
together.
is going to be a long video today.
And I am
It's already
grateful too.
almost 1 hour in, and we haven't even started.
Oh, and by the way, I was hoping now would be a good time to go back to the Tremortusk site and test my new arm before we leave on our mission.
Right. I'll let you know when I can make my way there.
Really? I don't want to
Thank
have
you.
to do something else before I do this.
We didn't really get to talk about what happened at Gemini.
There was nothing more to say. If he were to Noct, Varl's bravery would have earned him sacred burial at the Grove, among the most distinguished of our tribe's warriors. His deeds were worthy of the Ten. When the fight is done, I will have the Inkers etch his memory on my skin, so that it may live on.
I'm sure he'd be honored. Now that training time is over, what's on your mind?
The Bulwark, the Kulrut, and how we need another miracle if we're to survive the Zenith base.
I'll try not to let you down.
I know you will not.
I'll see you soon then.
It will be my honor.
No, I don't want to go back to the Tremortusk site and do that again.
Welcome back, Aloy.
We did it once already.
Would you like to continue our chat?
No, I got everything. Yeah.
I should be going.
I'll be making final preparations.
And we talked to her. I should almost have this optional done. One more person to talk to. No, just this. Focus. I've already examined that. I mean, that should be all the optionals. Oh, no, and there's one more. Here we go.
We're taking those space lugs down.
So,
Silence.
you return. Bravo. You managed to sway a Zenith to your side. Care to explain?
Not a chance. I thought you said the weapon was ready.
There's always room to optimize. But that's not why you're here. I assume you want to comprehend my undertakings. So, ask away.
Since when were you so forthcoming?
Since you turned this into a waiting game. And as it seems you have found modest success, perhaps I'm willing to be generous.
Okay.
Okay, so your big plan, everything you've been manipulating for the last few months. Let me see if I got this straight. You learned about the Zeniths from Hades when you interrogated it. Then you came up with a plan to defeat them by using a Tenakth army and that weapon. And to get the Tenakth to fight for you, or rather the Sons of Prometheus, armed Regalla's rebels with override tech.
Did you have an actual question, or are you still playing catch-up?
So all this time, even before I found the coordinates at the Spire, you were out here scheming. Why couldn't you just tell me?
When I learned of the Zenith's return to Earth, I laid out my plans. I knew I would one day require an army of overzealous Tenakth to assault the Zenith base. The casualties would be extreme. And I knew you would never allow such a sacrifice, no matter how necessary. Thus, I devised a means to remove your interference from the equation. At the Hades Proving Lab.
You wanted me to surrender to the Zeniths at the Hades Proving Lab. They almost killed me.
Based on everything I knew about them, I concluded they would find you a useful asset, thereby keeping you out of harm's way and, more importantly, out of my way.
So you really didn't know they had their own clone of Elizabeth?
No. Unfortunately, there was no way I could have known that particular detail.
Detail? Well, I guess if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be here today. Tell me about the weapon. How does it work?
I've upgraded the delivery system. It now emits a wave-like effect covering a significant distance.
That doesn't fully answer my question.
No, but I'd be a fool to reveal its inner workings. After all, why did you withhold your plan for dealing with the Zenith drones? Yes, even you can appreciate the value of secrecy when warranted. Suffice it to say that the weapon will work. The intricacies of how is knowledge that is mine alone.
Why create the Sons of Prometheus? You didn't need a Sarah to make override tech.
They were a necessary safeguard. My time serving Hades and the Eclipse demonstrated the risks of getting directly involved. Through the Sons of Prometheus, I could execute my plans, all while remaining anonymous.
Except to a Sarah. Why help Regalla take over? If you wanted an army, you could have just gone to Hekarro.
Before Regalla's rebellion, Hekarro was only concerned with battling machines and fostering friendships with the Karja. Even if I gained his ear, he would never agree to send his forces to battle a threat he couldn't understand.
So helping a bloodthirsty exile was easier?
Yes, exceedingly so. All Regalla craved was war against the Karja and anyone who threatens the Tenakth. She would have led the tribe into battle without question, which was precisely what I needed.
While I was out there, I had a couple run-ins with the Quen.
The tribe from across the ocean. And?
Their entire tribe was shaped around the discovery of focuses. One of them, Alva, even joined me here. Don't you want to know more about them?
No. They stumbled upon the greatest technological artifact from the ancient world, and what did they do with it? They shrouded the knowledge they unearthed in mysticism and taboo, creating a pantheon out of corporate shills.
Yes, well, it also led them to Thebes.
Did it now?
Oh, did Silence do that?
So those run-ins with the Quen I mentioned. On one of them I teamed up with their expedition to search Thebes. We found Pharaoh at the end.
You must have needed Omega clearance. So, what was it like?
Worse than you can imagine.
He single-handedly wiped out collective human knowledge. I'm sure it was still less than he deserved.
Let me guess. You would have scraped him into a jar so you could prod his brain, like what you did with Hades.
For a start.
How did you get Sarah to work for you?
I knew there was an associate of the Oseram tinker, Derval, who escaped his failed assault on Meridian. It was trivial to track her down and gain her cooperation. She wanted to succeed where Derval had failed.
So you promised her Regala, and the Tenakth. The Sarah would help you create a machine-riding army, and wanted to see Meridian burn as much as she did.
And so a partnership was born out of thirst for blood, bonded in mutual self-interest.
You think you had everything figured out, huh?
I did.
Okay, that should be everything.
All right, Silence. I think I've talked to you long enough. I'll let you know when it's time to go. And try not to mess with Tilda while you're in here, okay? I don't need the two of you butting heads.
Ah, yes. About your Zenith ally. I wonder if you understand what kind of person you're dealing with. For someone to live as long as she has, outlast as many calamities, well, your goals may be aligned now, but I'd watch for the moment they diverge.
Right. I'm worried about that
Yeah,
too.
I'm aware. Reminds me of someone else I know.
Survival is only a necessity to my greater purpose, Aloy. I'd hoped you'd recognize that by now.
Do you know something or not?
Oh, I know a great deal of things. But on this, just call it a feeling.
So
Oh,
watch out
feeling.
because Tilda may be hiding
You mean
something.
you finally had one? Huh. Guess even you can change, Silence.
Right now, our goals align, but they may not in the future. And it still says I haven't completed the optional for the talking to everybody. Thought I have. I don't see any bubbles above anybody's head. Have I missed Regala? I don't even know where Regala is at. I don't see her anywhere in the base. Maybe she's not in the base. Maybe she's outside. Let me just double check. Is there anything on my map? It just says to go to this exit over here. I don't know where Regala's at, and I don't know why it doesn't say that I didn't complete the optional, because I obviously did. I want to check out here and see if Regala's out here. Well, it went away. Okay, well, I guess at this point I would just fast travel. No, it still says, see it, come back. It says optional. Talk to your companions, and I've done that. Well, then who am I missing? I want to clear this out. But I don't see anybody. I've done it all.
Aloy,
Let me go through every room and double check, because I know I've done it. Want to make sure I'm not missing anything before I get on with this. Not there. Nobody.
There's Gwen stuff in here now. Must be all of us.
Okay. Oh, wait, what is this? Have I checked this out before? Surely I have. I think I probably have. What are you?
Every time we find another link to Derval, it's like opening up a wound for Erend all over again. I really hope Asera was the last one. Maybe now he'll finally be able to heal from the pain of his sister's death.
Okay, I don't see Regala anywhere unless she's downstairs. Ah, there is, somebody is downstairs. Okay, I didn't even think to check down here, but I'm doing it now. Yeah, good. I didn't want to miss it. I didn't want to miss any dialogue.
This place smells wrong. No sand or wind, only cold steel. And the others up there. Your squad.
They can hold their own. And as for this base, it may not be what you're used to. But it is a shelter.
Call it what it is. A cage.
You came here on your own.
For the battle you promised. So for now I wait in my cage for your word. Tell me when to strike.
Right now, we're about to go do it. Regala. Be patient. But yeah, we need her help, so... Okay, let's go over all of these things.
The whole time I've been in the West, I've been fighting you and your rebels. I'd at least like to know why.
You were among the enemy. What more is there to know?
I knew there was going to be a lot of
Why
dialogue in
did
this
you
one
do
today.
it?
Dork, Jiroka, Makalo, and the Karja pushed into the desert to raid our people. My brother's squad was among the first to intercept them. But the Karja captured them, strung them up, and burned them alive as an example. It was too late. I found them by the sound of their screams.
So you wanted vengeance?
Vengeance? No. I wanted devastation. To tear down the Karja's cities and drown the land in blood. Hunt down every last survivor and grind their bones until the sky chokes on the dust. But my chief betrayed me. Betrayed the Tanakh.
How did Hikaru betray you?
Hikaru called on the clans to resist the Karja's red raids. But we did more than just defend. We hunted them. And they fled, as children before a pack of claw striders, all the way to their border. There we ripped down their stone walls. Their domain was ours for the taking. But when it came time to push on, Hikaru ordered us to fall back. What soldier retreats when slaughter is at hand?
The kind who wants peace for their people.
Peace is just a lull between vendettas. But I thought my chief had greater tactics in mind, so I stood by him, even when he allowed that filthy Karja to join our ranks.
Fashav.
I enjoyed watching him die at the embassy. He should have been put down when we first captured him on the field. Instead, Hikaru made him a marshal.
Fashav told me how he became a marshal. He earned it just like any Tanakh.
It was an insult. No outlander can ever deserve to wear our armor, bear our marks. And then a Karja messenger was brought before us? That's when I knew. I had to run my blade through Hikaru and drag his treacherous corpse to the gates of the sun.
Wow, she's very intense.
What happened when the Karja messenger appeared before Hikaru?
The quivering priest bore a message from their new king. No more war. No more raids. Suddenly the Karja wanted to talk peace. An embassy at the very fortress we tore down? A true Tanakh would never take a Karja truce. Their blood exists to be spilled. But Hikaru lapped up the priest's message. He showed himself a Karja-loving traitor when he accepted. That's when I challenged him.
And lost.
His mercy was just another sign of his weakness. I vowed never to rest until the debt was repaid, with him on his knees before me. So with an army of soldiers and machines at my back, I returned. The day you got in my way.
The deal you made. Override tech in exchange for an assault on the Zenith base. How did Silence approach you?
That name means nothing. to me. My agreement was with the Oseram Sarah and her sons of Prometheus.
So all this time, you didn't even know who you were really dealing with? And you trusted an Outlander?
If it was a trick, I would have crushed her. But she spoke with the same burning hatred for the Karja. And she offered me the chance to run them down with machines. The terror in your enemy's eyes when they see you charge. You know what I'm talking about. I bet you felt it.
I don't think so. What about your end of the deal? Would you have honored it?
Had I killed Hekarro and become chief, these Zeniths would have been the first of the tribe's victories. But because of you, my people will continue to consort with the enemy. A tribe of weaklings.
Because of me, hundreds of Tenakth won't throw away their lives in a battle they can't win.
Yeah, she's got this, like, ego. She thinks she could have dealt with the Zeniths. I don't think so.
Are you really going to fight alongside me?
I have no reason to betray you.
Really?
I failed to kill Hekarro, failed to eliminate you. No Tenakth would follow me now. The Karja remain out of my reach, cowering behind their walls. All I have left are the screams of those long dead and unending rage. So show me where to bury it.
Wow, she might die on this quest.
All right. I guess we'll both face the end soon enough.
Ever since you got in my way, I've wanted to see your bones burned white beneath the sun. But if I'm to die in battle, then it might as well be with the one who flew with the wings of the Ten.
I'll let you know when it's time to move out.
It's like she's got this rage and this vengeance, but at the same time, she's got this, like, adoration and respect for me. It's really good. Okay, talk to your companions. Optional completed. That took a long time to do. All right. Well, at this point, everyone, it has been an hour, over an hour now, and all we've done is the dialogue before even starting the quest. So like I said, in the bottom, you will find chapters. At this point, if you're still watching the dialogue section, then you are, but the chapters will be down there so you can switch and go right to the actual quest itself. But I did want to get through all the dialogue because I think it's important to the overall lore and the storyline of the game. And I also do like completing every optional. I'm a completionist in that sense, so I had to do it. But now that we've spent this incredibly long time on dialogue, let's go to the rendezvous point and start Singularity. I think I can probably fast travel, right? How do I switch between my views? Change floor. There we go. Let's see. Where are we meeting? Looks like we're meeting way down here, and I do have... Oh, this is where one of those Horus Titans are. I do have a campfire right here, so I'm just going to go straight to this campfire, and I'm ready. I'm all geared up. It's time to start Singularity. This is it. This is the main quest, maybe the last quest of the game before the DLC. But this might be it, guys. This might be it. This is it. Call your companions at the campfire. Let's begin Singularity for reals. If you proceed past this point, you will be locked into Singularity and the open world will be unavailable for the duration of the quest. Well, I'm locked in. I have all the things I need. This is going to be a long video today. You've already recognized that because we have had over an hour of dialogue. Here we go. Call in your companions. No way back.
Okay, everyone. I'm at the rendezvous
We
point.
are in it now.
It's time to rescue Beta and
It's
Gaia.
happening, everyone. Here we go.
Understood, Aloy.
I'm ready.
We're on our way.
Or am I ready? I'm probably not ready. But I'm going to try my best.
Aloy,
Where are the others?
not far behind.
Egghead here couldn't stand traveling with the pack.
Oh, she flew in.
Are we all here? Then let's begin.
Oh boy, this is gonna be something, guys. This is gonna be something. Here we go. Singularity, main quest, lore-heavy mission, very intense. Oh, they got a hologram door.
A tunnel.
An ancient escape route from the ruins on the island.
Mm.
When I realized it ran all the way across the water, I thought it might prove useful to come and go undetected. So I concealed it from the others.
Oh, she hid the door from him.
Shall we?
So right now I have my critical boost of valor
I wish there
selected.
was a less
I may change that over
way
to the
get
shield
way
one
inside the base.
if I get attacked real hard. We'll see. Depends if I need to do damage or if I need defense. We'll see what happens here. I also need to make sure to scan the scepters to see what kind of element to
There's
use
the
on them.
launch tower. That plane offers a little cover, so the only viable path is through there. There will be specters guarding it, and many more can be deployed from those hangars.
All right. Alva, Catalo, get to it.
Where are they going?
Somewhere important.
Tilda's not too happy. She doesn't know
Erend,
what's going
you're
on.
with me. You guys,
Well, we have a secret
take the high
mission, or
ground
they have
in
a
case
secret
we need
mission.
covering fire.
Okay, they got the high grounds.
Tactically sound, I suppose. What will she do?
There's a sensor node nearby. If I hack into it, I should be able to scramble the network and keep you undetected. But not for long.
Then we should proceed.
One more thing. Open up the channel to beta. Audio only. Aloy, we're here, and we're coming for you. You know what to do, right? As long as you hold up your end. We will. See you soon. Be careful. Let's go.
Okay. So I'm assuming it's going to be a lot of fighting specters first. Before we begin, I want to see where we are. Okay, we are literally on that island now where their base is. So this is my first time getting to view the island. I'll be able to open up all the fog here and see under it. But since I don't know if I'm ever going to be coming back to this island again in the future, I am going to go ahead and loot everything I find in this area, just in case it's closed off to me in the future, because you never know with these type of things. Seems like it could be, so I want to loot everything while I'm here.
Launch tower as quickly as possible. I'll do my best to conceal our intrusion.
Some regular machines here.
Beware, Aloy. Spectres ahead.
Where are they at? Look at this big old valley thing here. There's a lot of things to loot, actually. Scavenger piles. Okay.
Company. Follow my lead.
That's what I do.
All right. So
Plasma ammo.
that.
Hey. It's not fear, but it'll do.
Ow.
I heard that crunch from here. Give me your best. Don't get that stuff on you. I think we got it.
I think you're right.
Okay, that wasn't too bad.
Find anything?
Yeah.
Off to a pretty good start. I'm sure it's going to get a lot more difficult. The worst part about these weapons that I was using here is the volatile sludge. I only have so much volatile sludge, so I need to watch it. I'm actually not going to use my advanced arrows because that volatile sludge... look, I don't have much. I've only got 9 left now after just killing those 2 specters. So I'm going to use my acid bombs more for that and my advanced hunter arrow because it doesn't require volatile sludge. I need to save those for hard enemies. Alright, is there anything down here though that I want to grab or might want to grab? I don't see anything. Oh, I see Regala over there. Okay, they're over there. Oh, I got a metal flower over here. I need to check that out. Yeah, like I said, guys, I'm going to spend time while I'm here in this...
I think there's a cave up there that might get us through that ridge.
Let's climb up to it.
I'm going to spend time while I'm in this area and make sure I can get everything I can get, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to come back to it. So I'm going to do that. I want to explore every place. Apparently there's metal flower here, so I want to get everything while I'm in this area. Alright, I'm going to take my time. I'm taking my time. I'm not going to rush through this. Where was that flower at? It's over there, okay. Okay, that's a heavy weapon.
What's in this backpack, metal bricks?
Aloy, Alva and I are closing in on the regulator.
Keep me posted.
Guess we have to go through here.
It's creepy in here.
Don't worry. I'll protect you.
Before I do that, though, is there a way to get this metal flower before I, like, head in there? Because I could go over this way. I see, like, a way across there, don't I? I don't know. I just don't want to miss that metal flower. I want to make sure to get it. Let me just see. Over here. Nope, no way across. Okay. Maybe it will come out over there. I don't know. I don't see any way to get over there and get that. I mean, there might be a way to climb up. Maybe there's multiple ways to go, like if I went through the valley. We'll try going through the cave and see what happens. Guess I can always back out if I need to. Well. Alright, let's go through here. It's water.
I wish I had a glider. I guess I'll find another way.
Okay, I guess we're on our own because I can't glide over here. That's fine. But I'm sure they will catch up.
There's a lot of dead machines on this island.
We killed a great many when we landed here. Their salvage may prove useful to you now.
He found a way across.
Another Spectre.
Sneak or fight, you choose.
No, I'm not going to sneak. I am going to take them all out. I'm just going to use my... I missed. I missed again.
There! Machine's vulnerable!
Look at that thing whizzing away.
Aloy's under attack! Cover her!
Firing! Hail star!
That was a decent shot, I guess.
Better than any Oseram.
plasma. Hit it with plasma.
Yeah, I totally missed all those shots with my blast sling. All of those shots.
Hey, come on, Aloy, let's go. Any good loot?
A little.
I'm gonna get that metal flower. This might be my only chance to get it.
Tired yet?
Yep. Yeah! Clear those weeds.
With who?
Ah, that's literally
Pick it up.
just to go through. Okay, I thought it was gonna be like some
This'll
cool
help.
loot or something. Oh, we got more up
Shotgun
there.
won't do much.
Oh wait, can I use plasma on them? Oh, I can use plasma on them. Was there anything over here I wanted? No, I don't think so. Just double checking. Okay, I'm gonna look on the map, make sure I'm not missing anything. All right. I can use my glow blast.
We can take this one, Aloy. Keep moving.
I can help you.
Now we're talking.
Better hit it before the plasma
Got him. Got him. That wasn't too bad. Can I not climb up there? There's parts up there, but I can't climb up there.
That Stormbird carcass should get us over the gap.
I hate stormbirds. But I guess, yeah, dead one's handy enough. Hey, you remember the good old days when our only worry was whether Meridian would be destroyed? You know, instead of the whole world?
Oh yeah. Good times.
Okay, further on we go.
More specters. I'll attack when you do.
Yeah, we got 3 of them to deal with.
I grab it if you need it. Here we go. Yeah! Yeah! Get the fuse in your eye. Smash! Okay. Yeah, I'm okay.
Oh, there's multiple fights.
Don't get that stuff on you.
Still in this fight.
I need some help here.
Ow. Okay, well, got myself into a little trouble here.
Down. Time to turn your lights out. That's the quick way to take it down. This is why
I think that's That's all of them.
Oh,
At least. Let's push on.
3 of them was kind of difficult. 3 at once was pretty tough.
What do you get?
Just some parts. Here, up this rock. We're gonna have to climb around this corner.
I'll try not to complain.
Okay, I think I got everything down there. Oh.
I can see the way forward. Keep moving.
All right.
As fast as we can.
Ooh,
You all right?
pretty.
Sort of.
Looks like the others have things under control.
How many specters do the Zeniths have?
As it happens. More than we want to fight at once, that's for sure.
Hit it again!
Was there another one? Oh, it's up there.
You shoot like a new Taru, Aloy!
Okay, help them.
Come on, up the slab.
Aloy, Alva and I are in position.
Do it. Blow the regulator.
Nice. They
A
got
moment while I ignite the charges.
to the regulator, so they're gonna blow the regulator. That's good. Made progress. Ooh, here we go. We made it through the gorge.
Alva and Catalo did their job. Now it's Beta's turn.
Aloy?
Now they really know we're
I
coming.
think we're in trouble.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot.
Whatever you plan to do to stop those specters, you better do it now.
Yeah, what are we gonna do to stop all
I'm
that?
not doing anything. Beta will. She just needs a little time.
Time that we don't have.
That's a lot of specters. I can take on a few, but not that many.
What is that?
Yeah. Oh, it's out there like... Oh, okay, I get it. Bringing in the other machines.
Our army.
That's right. I like it. Oh, they
I
can...
think you got their attention.
Ah, that's right. She printed more machines. She's printing machines to fight. That's right. That's awesome. I love
Very
that.
clever. You had Beta inject Hephaestus into the base's printer matrix.
Which is faster and more powerful than any cauldron.
Now it can crank out machines to its heart's content.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that. That was a good strategy on our part. Good strategy. Real good strategy. Well, they know we're coming now. They have to know we're coming now.
Come on. Let's get to the launch tower before this whole place becomes a war zone.
Yeah, they know we're coming now. Place is already a war zone.
Your maneuver, as clever as it is, means that Hephaestus has escaped containment. It will no doubt flee back to the Cauldron network.
We grabbed it once, we'll get it again.
Or find a way to replicate its functionality, perhaps. The Apollo database.
Hopefully the machines won't attack me.
Aloy, in case we don't make it, I just have one regret.
What is it?
We had to do all this climbing.
Yeah, the climbing, right? I was gonna say that. I guess we're going in down
Big
there.
rock might give us a bridge to get up and through.
Gotcha.
Or do we go up or down? Do I go across? I think I was supposed to go down.
I guess not all the specters are fighting our machines.
Ah, that'd have made it nice and easy. Zoe and Baldy are fighting another Spectre up there.
I think they can handle it.
It says kill the specters optional. Obviously I'm gonna do it. That's for sure.
Come here! Bottoms up! Get the That's the weak spot.
Stuck. Oh, keep getting stuck on that specter. I want to loot it, but I'm also getting stuck on it. Oh, hello.
Gotta hit it while it's primed with plasma.
Hey, machine!
Yeah.
Look at that thing bending away.
Alright.
Who's next? Yeah. Come on, let's cross over.
Alright, we're okay. We're good. Is there anything in there that I want? I'm not sure. I'm gonna get all this stuff out here. I'm gonna get my weapons recrafted to get me ready for the next battle. Recraft all my stuff. Let's get all this. Okay, I want to do a scan while I'm down in here. Make sure there's nothing secret to look at or get.
Okay?
I'll look on the map. So we're right here. Yeah, we're right at the base of the base. Okay, I gotta go up there to get over.
This way.
Big
Oh,
jump.
you know what? Wait a minute. I want this down here. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna help him up there. Yeah, I wanted to give him a hand. Oh. Oh, that's Aaron. Okay.
You're right, I think. Hit the weak spot. Let's smash these machines. Let's take them out.
I'm trying. Can't really get at him. Can't get at him.
And now to the left.
Okay, let's look at this waterfall.
You can get to the launch tower through the hangar up ahead. I'm heading over to join you now.
The hangar's in bad shape, but I can see the way in. Hurry, Aloy!
Another one.
By the blood of the Ten!
Oh, look at Regala go.
Gets a blood fog, doesn't it?
I've got an egg.
As do I.
Aloy, you need this.
Could I use fire on these? Dang it. Ah, stop hitting me. Stop hitting me. Let me go. All I want to do is scan you. All I want to do is scan it. Now, it says don't use fire on it. It says that fire are bad. It's strong against fire.
Good work, everyone. Let's go.
So there was that flamethrower thing, but it said not to use fire on it. It's strong against fire, so that wasn't a good choice. Looks like Silence joined me.
This is the way out.
Is there like a crack in it? Yeah, it's like cracked open. I think.
Whoa. Look at all this Zenith space stuff.
Really cool place. Okay, we're going inside, it looks like. There we go.
Come on, let's go!
Oh, look at that. Hello,
way,
Mr.
demon!
Spectre. Gonna have to do a little bit more than just whacking it. Ooh, is this where she's gonna hold the line for us? Oh, this is it. This is Regalla's.
This is the death I was promised.
This is Regalla's end.
Go!
Yeah. All right. That's it. That's it.
May Regalla return peacefully to the cycle.
Please. She cared nothing for peace.
At least she died on her own terms. Not as your puppet.
Oblivion draws no such distinctions.
That's cold.
I kind of.
Sure you're not a Zenith?
Aloy, it's been intense, but Catalo got me to a network node. I'm trying to get in.
Keep at it. We're almost to the tower.
I kind of saw that kind of death for Regalla. That she would get a warrior's death. And indeed she did. She got the warrior's death. I wonder what these little bubbles do. Those little domes. What are they? What are they for? Oh, wow. Look at that out there. Just machines fighting machines. That's really cool, though. What a great visual. I like that visual. Yeah, that's really, really neat looking. Taking this slowly. I don't want to go too fast. The hard battles when I'm going to have to fight the Zeniths head on. I'm going to have to fight them like one-on-one. Oh, yeah, this right here. This is the hard battle.
Ah, now we know who's been causing all the fuss. Tilda's little pet.
Silence! Zenith's inbound. Can we drop their shields, please?
I'm powering it up.
Hope
Stay
it works.
still.
Hope it works.
This is pointless! You can't hurt us.
Or can I?
Face it. You're worms that ooze through the cracks into our basement.
Silence?
One moment more.
But I might just spare you if you give up Tilda.
We're gonna have to
I think
fight them.
it's
Here we
safe
go.
to say
This
she's
is it.
forfeited her share of our operation.
I want to scan them and see
Permanent.
what I can kill them with.
There.
No? Nothing? Fine. All right, people. Light 'em up!
Oh, he just threw it in there. He tossed it. And they're like, what? Hello? What is that?
Are we supposed to be scared?
I think yes. Now you're defenseless. Oh, yes. Awesome. send the machines on them. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. I like it.
We can't let Gerard escape. It won't take long before he preps the shuttle for launch. Then he'll be able to take Beta and Gaia into orbit and onto the Odyssey beyond our reach.
We gotta go through there?
I fail to see another option.
Then we'll carve a path. Ready?
Okay, we're going through there. She's just flying around, shooting.
Get to the top and secure Gaia. I'll stop Gerard.
I like how she's just flying around. Wow, well, we got through all that. Go to the top of the tower. Hopefully they'll be okay. Hopefully they'll be okay. So we're gonna have to take him on.
Gotta get to the top of the tower.
One-on-one.
And free Beta.
Aloy, time machine felt. Apologies for that. We're okay. As long as Alva hurries.
I'm almost into the network!
Just do the best you can.
What does that do?
Okay, an elevator. Promising.
Okay, we gotta go up to the top, I'm guessing. Oh, hello. We're gonna have to take him out before we do that. Yeah.
We got some unfinished business, little girl.
Okay, here we go. They are still part machine or part robotic or whatever, right? So they probably are still stronger than we are. Like, they probably
I don't
are.
need a shield to take you out.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Trust me. You're gonna wish you had
They're like part cybernetic, so... Alright, here we go. What can I use on him? Fire and frost, huh? Oh, shoot, he can do a...
Got that,
He can
didn't
do a
ya?
flash speed thing.
Take that! I'm taking you down!
Aloy, are you there? I'm on my way to help. Just need to find my way in there.
Oh, I missed. There we go. That was a good hit.
Whoa,
Oh, dang.
I can't let him catch me.
Oh, that was a real good hit.
Ah, don't like that, do ya?
I got him. That was actually not too difficult. I mean, it was hard, but not that hard.
I forgot what it was like to hurt.
Whoa.
Now we're having fun, right?
Oh, they don't bleed. They like bleed white. They're like the synths from Alien. They bleed white.
You okay?
I will be. In time. Go. Rescue your sister. I'll regroup with the others and make sure they're alright.
They can be killed. Now, while I'm down here, though, I'm going to loot everything. I'm going to look around this facility I'm in. I am in a facility, an old facility. So I'm going to check this out. I may not be able to come back here, so... What's around here? Let's find out.
I better take the lift.
Indeed I will, in a minute. So it actually wasn't as difficult as I was thinking to take them out. I was about to use my Valor. I was about to use my critical damage Valor, but in the end of the day, I didn't really need it. I got some good headshots. I hit him with the blast. I hit him with the precision arrow blast. I hit him with a lot of precision arrows to the head. That worked really well. I hit him with fire and frost. And that worked. So, that wasn't too bad, to be honest with you. I'm assuming the main guy is probably going to be a lot more challenging. Might want to use my Valor for him. I do have the critical boost Valor or the other Valor, which is a damage, you know, a shield Valor in case I need that. Okay, let me recraft all my arrows before I move on. Should be good to go here. Alright, should be good to go. I guess we can't loot him. Alright, let's go. Up we go. So, they do bleed, and they bleed white.
Like the machine's inspectors have almost wiped each other out. What was that?
Aloy, Gerard just activated the self-destruct failsafe on the printing matrix. He's taking control of a number of systems.
Including the lift?
I'm afraid so. He's restricted its access to the top. You'll have to climb from there. I have to go. I almost have him.
Man, they are making you climb for this last challenge.
Aaron? Is everyone all right down there?
I see a thing to pull.
Mostly. We're cleaning up the last few specters.
What about the Zeniths?
Almost fell off.
Dead, I think. Izo told me you got Eric. Good work.
Yeah. Thanks. I guess only Tilda and Gerard are left then.
Aloy, you there? Listen, I got into the network, but only for a minute before I was shut out. I found a bunch of flight plans and trajectories, as if the Zeniths were planning to leave Earth.
Ah.
Doesn't make any sense.
I know, but there's more. The files I found have a lot of references to something called Nemesis.
Nemesis.
Whatever it is, the Zeniths are afraid of it.
Alva? Alva! What's going on here? Maybe Beta can help me figure it out.
Something called Nemesis. I heard all that. I'm trying to climb, but I did hear all that. Okay, let's pause for a second. So we got wind a little bit earlier on that maybe Tilda was hiding something from us, right? Perhaps that something she is hiding is called Nemesis. I don't know what that is or what that could refer to, but I did catch that just now, so look forward to hearing what that's going to be about. And they're afraid of it too, it seems. Pretty crazy that the last, last quest, they're making us do a climbing challenge. Where do I go? I assume I have to climb this rig.
I'm almost there.
Oh, there we go. I missed the thing. There we go.
I'm coming, Beta.
Yeah, they're making us do a little climbing challenge. This is the last little challenge here. All this practice we did for Relic Ruins is what we're kind of doing now, right? All this climbing, they're making us climb for the last thing. Into the line, you say. Let's get our arrows ready. I'm gonna charge up with 3 arrows. Let's go. Fancy door. Ooh, conference table.
Are you okay? Look, I know you've been through a lot, but you have to help me access the Zenith network. I need to see their files, anything referring to the word Nemesis. Okay. Over there.
A big orb.
Systems are down all over the base. I should be able to take advantage of... Yes, Nemesis. Here.
Let's see what's going on. Earth. Ah, the spaceship.
Something in deep space. It's following the Zeniths to Earth. Look. Escape vectors. Alva tried to warn me about this. The Zeniths aren't planning to stay here. It's a machine of some kind. Or a swarm of them. The energy readings are astronomical.
Swarm of machines? Maybe from...
I don't think a natural disaster destroyed the Zenith colony.
Yeah, I was gonna say, maybe machines destroyed the Zeniths?
This thing did.
That's an interesting...
Earth isn't a new home for them.
Parallel.
It's a way station. They're on the run.
Well, then where are they gonna go if not Earth? Oh, hello. I got a lot of questions right now. Where are they running to then, if not Earth? Oh, Tilda killed him. So is she good or is she bad? I can't tell yet.
I see you've been busy.
And you've been lying. Nemesis, what is it?
Here we go, lore. Let's go.
It is us. The minds of Far Zenith.
Like their consciousness?
Or failed copies of them, anyway. Back on Sirius, some of my peers weren't satisfied with physical immortality.
Nah, I get it.
They wanted digital transcendence.
Ah, machine. I love
this. A way
this.
to upload their minds into any form, organic or mechanical.
Deus Ex has the same
Nemesis
kind of
was a failed
theme going
experiment to
on.
that effect.
I love this.
Abandoned, but never erased. An immense database of our memories, emotions, and prejudices left to fester.
Wow. I like where this has
And it
gone.
destroyed your colony?
I love this story. I love
We
it.
didn't realize it gained sentience until it broke containment. It had everything it needed from our memories. Security protocols, system specs, override codes. It hacked everything before we knew what hit us. Then it took over our printing facilities, allowing it to gain any machine form it needed to wipe us out.
But why?
Imagine being trapped alone for decades with only the twisted echoes of megalomaniacs for company. It hates us for abandoning it to that prison. And now that it's free, it will do anything to destroy us, including denying us a safe harbor on Earth.
The extinction signal that woke Hades. You didn't send it. Nemesis did.
Nemesis did, huh?
Finally, you understand. And when that failed, it launched from Sirius to finish the job itself. Which is why we must flee to a random planet circling a random star, somewhere it can never find us.
They're just going to a random planet.
With Gaia. So you can build yourself a new world.
That's it. That's their plan.
That's the plan.
I mean, they should have.
Even now.
They should have helped the rest of humanity
Earth
too
is
on
finished, Aloy. Nemesis will scour it of life to deny its creators a viable home.
that way. Just like they did with Sirius.
But Elizabeth's dream won't die. You'll come with me to the stars. And with Gaia, we'll create a new world. Together.
And what about the rest of the humans?
Where that monstrosity could never find us.
There are a lot of people on the Earth that need to go with you.
No.
Need to be saved.
I loved Elizabeth. More than you could ever know. And I let her stay behind to die with the rest of humanity. A mistake I have regretted for 1,000 years.
Is she going to try to kidnap
now
us?
She stands before me again.
She's going to try to kidnap me.
Not some inferior copy, but her best possible self.
Yeah,
So I'm not asking.
We just didn't have the whole picture.
You're coming with me.
She's going to try our fights with her.
It may seem harsh now, but you'll forgive me in a few centuries.
Silence was right.
You can't force me, Tilda. Your shield is gone.
I have something better. Spectre Prime, to me.
Oh good, I have a boss fight. Spectre Prime, hooray.
Take cover! Get to the door!
Oh, she is Spectre Prime.
Aloy, you
Oh my gosh. Holy crap, that big old human Spectre.
I've heard that before.
Oh, here we go, guys. This is a boss fight. It's a boss fight.
I can endure. You cannot.
Okay. Oh, shoot. Here we go. Critical boost. Let's go. Gotta need everything, guys. This is it. Boss fight that I knew was coming eventually.
Execute attack pattern Sigma.
I need to hit the glowy things on it. Whoa. Okay, I did something. Apparently I shot it good enough to do that. I didn't think that I had... Oh, I thought it was going to be a lot harder.
Why couldn't you just let me choose?
I thought that was going to be a lot harder. How did I do that so easily? Maybe I hit it right in the soft spot. I must have got like a perfect shot. I'm going to have to replay my video, guys, and watch that back. I don't know how I did that so perfectly just now. I must have hit it with my precision arrow. Right in the right place with the acid on it. Maybe the acid had eaten up the armor on it enough, and I hit it in the soft spot just in the right place to do a ton of damage. That must have been it, because I did that really easy and really quickly, and I didn't expect to do it that easily. I even did my critical boost, but I guess with my critical boost, Valor, plus the precision arrow in the right spot with the acid already having eaten the armor, I was able to hit her in like one shot. That's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive. Let's see what we get here. Got some coil, got a crystal braiding, a coil, instant burning chance. Alright, what a twist, though. What a twist in the storyline. I kind of want to talk about that for a second before I move on to the next part. I'm going to get all these things. Let's talk about that. Let me loot all these things that are around here and talk about it. So what we have found out is that Nemesis is basically, it's like the ghost in the machine kind of a deal, or this like digital transcendence, this idea of uploading your consciousness into a computer and it living digitally, right? Deus Ex, the games that I have played, which I do have playthroughs for on this channel of both Deus Ex games, Mankind Divided and Human Revolution and Mankind Divided. I have both of those games on this channel, so check out those playthroughs. But those games explore the same kind of idea. So I love that theme, that's where this game went, and I can see that being a natural progression of the Zeniths, that they would want to do that too. But it was imperfect. And like, it caused this like chaos machine basically that is now following them and destroyed their colony. And it sent the extinction.
She tried to take you.
Signal for Hades. We'll talk later. Let's hear this.
And she told you about Nemesis.
So you've known all along.
From Hades, yes.
Oh, so Silence did know.
Along with data on how to circumvent the Zenith shields.
Silence knew all along. I didn't know that.
Everything I did to create the rebel army was based on that knowledge. To reach this place, this moment.
So that'll be the ultimate boss.
Couldn't just tell me?
Come now, Aloy.
Ultimate boss is...
You're the last person to act sensibly in the face of impossible odds.
Nemesis.
When I learned of Nemesis from Hades, I saw the pieces on the board and how to play them. And in that same moment, I knew it was a game you would never play. That you would interfere and attempt to save the Tenakth. I was correct, to a point. You ruined my plans, but brought your own to fruition. The end result is the same. We're here. And now it's time for me to leave this doomed planet behind.
He's going to leave the planet.
To seize the Odyssey and the Apollo database.
Silence wants to
begin a new chapter
blast
in my
off.
pursuit of knowledge, one with infinite possibilities. You can join me if you so desire. You've more than earned your place. Unlike Tilda, I'm extending a polite invitation.
We cannot let...
You're going to just take off?
We can't let...
And abandon everything?
We can't let Silence take everything. We can't do that.
Stay. Help me fight that thing.
Perhaps Tilda didn't adequately define the threat. Nemesis can't be stopped. It destroyed a highly advanced Zenith colony in a matter of hours. What hope does this primitive tribal Earth have?
There's a lot more of us, for one thing.
If you brought Gaia, you wouldn't be abandoning life. You'd be saving a seed for a new world.
What if we combine
Just as
all the
Elizabeth
people
did.
that are on Earth?
It's
united
the choice
them
she made.
Against
The
Nemesis.
sacrifice of all that is for the hope of what might be. If she were here in your place, she would board that shuttle. Aloy.
I can see where the third game might go with this. We'll have to talk about that. I could see that.
Is she hurt?
Still on her feet.
Thank the 10.
Hey, everybody's still here.
Goodbye, Silence.
But we're staying. But we can't let Silence take off with the Apollo database and Gaia and a ship either. We can't. We're probably going to need those things. He shouldn't take off with those.
She looks okay.
She looks victorious.
As always.
Aloy.
See, that's the one thing about Silence. He doesn't have friends, but we have friends. That's what this scene is showing us now. We have friends. Look, he's looking back at us like he's lonely. Look, he wants that too. Look, he sees what we have.
Hey, where's he going?
As far away as anyone can go.
No. He's going to turn around and help us.
Are you sure?
He's going to come back. Yeah, he's going to. I knew that. I saw it.
You're staying.
For a time. You people are going to need all of the help you can get.
Okay, well, Silence remains.
Does anyone else need a drink?
Not if it's that ale of yours.
I'd be fine with a nap.
Excellent idea.
I hope it's really over this time.
So now we have the resources of this entire base, and it has a very advanced machine printing system, which can be extremely useful. But it has defenses, it has a shield, it has access to a ship in orbit, Gaia, the Apollo database, all of it. So I think that's the end.
There's another battle ahead, Elizabeth.
I think that's the end. Into the primary game, main game.
Very different than the one you fought.
Long video today. Okay, we're installing Gaia back.
It's not about the distant hope of creating a new world. It's about preserving the one we have. My friends have a new mission. To spread the word and ask for help.
Unify everybody. What did I say?
I think it's because
unify
they've always known
against
what
Nemesis.
I've only just started to understand. That the people of this world have the strength to fight any battle. The ingenuity to solve any problem.
Ah, the Quinn on their ships. Very impressive.
Courage to overcome any obstacle.
Okay, she is staying behind. All of it is staying behind with some other Quinn, it looks like.
And the resilience.
Plain Song. Man, it's been
Rise
forever since we've been to
after
Plain
any
Song.
setback.
Look at that.
As for me, I can't say I'm not afraid. What lies ahead will be harder than anything we've faced before.
So Silence is at our base studying.
But I know I can put the fear aside.
Our other beta is there too. Good.
Because for the first time in my life, I feel like I'm not alone.
And Gaia is back. What looks like we've got all of the subordinate functions, or most of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 functions. Is that all of them, or are there a couple more left? And that is the end of the game. I have finished the main storyline for Horizon Forbidden West. Now, typically with these types of games, there is a after credit scene, and there might be one with this one as well. There was with Zero Dawn. I want to watch it. I also want to watch the credits because these are typically really good. I love this visual we have right now, flying through on our Sunwing. I needed to override other machines. I need to override a Dreadwing so I can fly it. I need to do that because the DLC will be up next for me. I'm going to do the DLC. But it would be cool if I could fly on a Dreadwing. So I'll probably do that off camera. I'll probably see if I can go override a Dreadwing. And then I can do the DLC with the Dreadwing. That'd be kind of fun. But anyway, beside the point. Yeah, the next thing that I am going to get into will be the DLC, Burning Shores. I have that to do. So that's coming up next. I'm going to go right into it and go from there. But I want to give you my full review of Horizon Forbidden West, the primary game, the main game. But I do want to make sure I catch the end credit scene, post credit scene, and these credits as well. So I guess I'm gonna sit here and play through the credits. What I may do is go ahead, sit here and watch these and let these play out. And then what I'll do is I will just make a cut in the video right to the end credit scene so that you guys don't have to sit through all these credits with me. But I myself am going to sit here and let the credits completely play out. I like doing that this is just such a beautiful moment. So I want to take all this in. I also want to gather my thoughts so I can do a full review for you all. Or at least best one that I can do. Let's see, the music's kind of dying down. Is it going to go into something else here or not? Nah, it's not. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead, guys. Oh, wait. No, it's tricking me. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to listen to the music. I'm going to listen to the credit or watch the credits. But this is one of the best credit scenes, by the way, I've ever seen in my life. So let me just put that out there. This is a really, really cool credit scene. We're just flying over all of Forbidden West. This is a really cool credit scene. All right. I'll make a cut right here to the end credits for you all. Completed. Main quest. Singularity. Congratulations on completing the main game. Aloy's story will now continue in the Burning Shores DLC, set in an entirely new area of the map with new quests, characters, machines, weapons, skills, tools, outfits, collectibles, and more. Aloy will be contacted shortly with next steps to begin the journey. You can also replay the game from the beginning in New Game Plus at any time using the New Game Plus start point and in the base. Thanks for playing and enjoy the Burning Shores DLC, the Horizon team. Confirm. Well, everyone, I'm done. I played the entire game. So first of all, if you are watching this video and you're watching this separately, if I ended up making this a separate video or not, I am going to now go have my review of the game Horizon Forbidden West. This is just after, exactly immediately after me playing Horizon Forbidden West, the last main quest called Singularity, which I literally just finished. I sat through and watched all of the credits.
Aloy, a certain complication has come to my attention that we must discuss. I'll be waiting at Tilda's. It's proven to be a useful headquarters for my inquiries into the Zenith base. And don't worry, I haven't disturbed her precious art.
Fine. I'll be there when I can.
New main quest to the Burning Shores. The DLC that I will start next. I will have a whole thing for that. I will make a playthrough for the Burning Shores DLC, so look forward to that on this channel. That will be a thing that I do. But first, I want to give you... I wish we could, like, sit in chairs. Like, I need a chair at my desk here. Yeah, let's do a full review. Can I just sit in this chair? That would be great. Oh, I can't sit in chairs. I want to sit in a chair. Okay, whatever. We will do it from this point. That looks fine. Okay, so as I just mentioned, I have completely finished Horizon Forbidden West, the main game, not the DLC, the main storyline of the game. I just did Singularity, main quest, and finished that. I sat through the entire credits. I did not see an in-credit scene or after-credit, post-credit scene, so perhaps there will be one in the Burning Shores DLC, but there wasn't one for the main game, so that's that. I did, however, sit through all of the credits, and I have to say that is one of the best credit scenes I have ever seen. The end credits are incredible. So it's Aloy on a Sunwing, flying over from the beginning of the game all the way across the map, all the way out west, all the way to the Zenith base. A little sad it didn't also go over San Francisco, but at least to the Zenith base. And as she's flying, the credits are showing on the screen, and you fly through the credits. But the environment of the game, you get to see all of that flying over the game. Incredible. I love that. That has to be one of the best credits that I have ever seen in a game. So I want to give 2 thumbs up, 3 thumbs up for the team for creating that credit scene. I think that is incredible. Plus the music. I love the Horizon music from Zero Dawn and Forbidden West. The music is incredible. So I enjoyed the music score as I was watching those credits. But I guess there was not a hidden in-credit or post-credit scene after that. Perhaps Burning Shores will have one. As I mentioned, I will be playing the DLC Burning Shores, do a full playthrough on that. So look forward to that coming, and you can check out my channel for that playthrough. But if you haven't seen my playthrough of Zero Dawn or Forbidden West, definitely go check out my playthroughs. I've got playthroughs of both games on here, and I thoroughly enjoyed both games. Forbidden West was a great evolution of Zero Dawn. However, there are some things that I did not like about it, and I want to mention all those things. So now I'm going to go into my review of the game and talk about the main storyline a little bit. I want to kind of conclude and summarize what we did in Singularity, since I just played that quest. We kind of were introduced to a whole new plot and storyline that could take us into the third game. So I want to talk about that. And then I want to talk about some of the things I liked about the game and some of the things I didn't like about the game. And I also want to get into a little bit of technical things and talk about the graphics sides of things and some stuff there as well. So let's start with a summary of Singularity, because I just played it, so let's talk about that. We started off the last main quest, and it is called Singularity, and such a fitting name for that quest. But we started off by talking to our companions at the base, and it was a lot of dialogue. I spent an hour just going over all the dialogue before even starting Singularity. So that was a bit lengthy to get through, but I did get through it, and I did do it, and it was worth it, and I like completing the optionals. There was a lot of background there. One of the things we learned was about Tilda's relationship. I didn't pick that up when we first had our communications with her at her house, so that was new information for me for the storyline. And there was a lot of other things. We picked up a lot of stuff about Alva as well. We picked up Katalo had some good follow-ups. Zoe, obviously. So sad that Varl couldn't be here. We even had a really good talk, I think, with Regala, and kind of got to understand where she came from in all this and what her conflict was throughout all of this. So I think all that was a very good summary, and all of that was definitely needed. It's just a lot to go through when you're pumped to like get into the main quest, the final main quest. It's just a lot to get into, you know, because you have to like sit there for an hour listening to all that dialogue. So it was a lot, but it was good background. I just think it could have been peppered in there maybe a little bit differently. Maybe they could have had it in done it in segments or something throughout the journey. We could have heard a little bit more about Regala's past instead of just all crammed in at the very end. I think that was like a big info dump at the very end about her past. They probably could have filtered that in a little bit more throughout the game. Would have made it, you know, a little less jarring or less filling there at the end, you know, so much there to cram in. But that's all I wanted to say about that. Then we got into doing Singularity, and it was pretty much what I expected. We would get to the island and we would have to fight through a ton of specters. That's what I expected. Now, interesting about the specters is there's only one type of them, one type of specter. You had to use plasma, elemental energy damage, or the glow blast. But I thought there might be different machines they would throw at us for the final battle. Like, that would have made sense if we had, other than just the specters, we had different types of machines, because they had ultimately this really advanced printing system for machines, but they only made one type of machine. So I was thinking we were going to get different types, and so that's why I was scanning each one, because I was thinking surely they're going to give us different types of machines to fight. But no, they only gave us one type of machine the entire time, so that was a little redundant, and it got a little, I wouldn't say boring, but just a little familiar with how to fight them each time, because you didn't really vary it up too much. But that was pretty much what I expected, was fighting, you know, their version of the machine at the end there. And that was fun as we came toward the final base, having to take out several of them at a time. I think they could have probably thrown a few more at us at a time. I think the most we ever had was 3 at us at one time. I think we actually could have taken on a couple more, maybe. Would have been really tough. But that was okay. I thought it was going to be a little bit harder getting to the base, but it wasn't too bad. Then basically, yeah, we had to get up to the base, and then the part that I really liked was when we got Hephaestus, Beta got inserted Hephaestus into the system and was able to print machines that we're familiar with to fight the Spectres. I thought that was a lot of fun, and what a creative and very tactical idea that Aloy had. I think that was incredible. So that must have been then when we recall back at Tilda's house. Remember back at Tilda's house when Aloy had a little conversation with Beta, but we, the player, were not allowed to hear that. We didn't know what that conversation was. That must have been when she told Beta what the plan was. That must have been the plan. That's just now connecting for me that must have been what that was. So that means it was, yeah, a surprise to us, the player, that this is happening. And I love that idea. I love that idea of like not revealing it to the player at that time so that we would not know what's coming. And it would be like a surprise to us as well, playing the game like, oh, yeah, what a great idea. Bring in other machines to fight those machines. So I enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. That was worth it. That was a good payoff on that one. So that was a lot of fun. Then we got to the elevator and we had to fight one of the guys, and I forget which one that was. I'm mixing up. One of them is Gerard and the other one is Eric. I'm mixing up who Eric is and who Gerard is. But we had to fight one of them at the elevator scene. That did not go as tough as I thought it would either. That was actually kind of simple. I hit him with fire. I hit him with frost. I did a bunch of headshots with the precision arrow. I did a precision arrow blast on him. It seemed to bring him down pretty well, pretty easily. And we kind of found out at that point they do bleed. They absolutely bleed, and they can die, but they bleed white. And I said in the video that reminded me of the synths from Alien, where they bleed. They have like that milky white blood throughout their system. And it makes sense. The Zeniths are like cybernetic at this point. I don't know how much of them is biological, to be honest with you. How much is the biological and how much is synthetic? I don't know. And I guess that's still kind of a mystery how much of them are synthetic. But they bleed white. That's not normal. So there's something else. So that was interesting. Maybe they are kind of like a biomechanoid, like Alien. Look at Alien or Blade Runner. Something like that. So maybe they are, in a way, a machine like that, kind of a machine, but also a little more mechanical because they can phase in those weapons on their arms and stuff like that. So that's interesting. Anyway, that battle, then we had to do a bit of a climbing scenario to get up to the top. We had this like climbing challenge, and that was interesting because we had done a lot of relic ruins in the game, so we were used to climbing and pulling down things and like doing all that, but they really gave you a climbing challenge to get to the top. And then we got to the top, right, and we freed Beta. That's when we found out about Nemesis. The whole thing with Nemesis was a great reveal. There's more to the story than we thought. Tilda was not telling us the whole truth at all. Definitely a lot more to the story. So, Nemesis is this idea of uploading the human consciousness into the cloud, into a computer. You see this in many other games. You see this in sci-fi a lot. This is a common thing, and I like that this is where the game went, that the Zeniths would have done that. That would make sense. That would be the next logical step for them. So I like that. I have seen this in other games as well. For example, I've mentioned Deus Ex. I have playthroughs of Human Revolution and Mankind Divided on my channel, so check out those playthroughs. That game explores those type of things as well, both of those games. So that I liked that is where the story would lead with the Zeniths, that they would want to upload their consciousness into a computer. Makes a lot of sense. But then, because it was, I guess, a failed experiment in a way, but maybe not, because if it's their personalities, their hatreds, their prejudices, all of that combined into one thing, then yeah, the bad side would come out, because humans are imperfect. Humans are an imperfect being. So this being that's created from the minds of these imperfect beings is going to itself be imperfect. And thus, it just wanted to destroy everybody. Also, they tried to contain it and put it in a prison, and that failed. So that probably made it mad as well. And it literally took out the colonists' site in like hours. You know, they're as advanced as they are, but it took out their colony in a matter of hours. it also is what sent the extinction signal to Hades a long time ago. It is what sent the signal. So I don't know what its ultimate plan is. I mean, it's following the Zeniths, yes, but it will come to Earth and it will ravage Earth. It will destroy Earth, just deplete it of its resources, whatever. But then what's its ultimate goal? Is it just to keep following the Zeniths? And so the Zeniths think that the way out of that would be to go to a random planet. It would be to travel just to a random planet that it's not aware of and try to escape it that way and hope it never finds them. But of course, what if it does find them? I mean, sure, they could go to a random planet, but what if it also, I mean, it's very advanced, right? It would be able to like predict and say maybe they would think to go this way and go this way, and it might try to go different ways to try to find them, you know? So it could eventually find them even if they did go to a random planet. Eventually, it's going to have to be stopped. And what's interesting is I guess at this point, there's no more Zeniths left. They're all dead at this point. They're all dead. They're all gone, right? We killed Tilda. She was the last one. We killed the others. And I'm guessing the other ones died by the machine fight. We never saw them die. And I always think about that in a game like this. When you don't see somebody die, are they really dead? If you don't see a body, are they really dead? Could they come back? I mean, there's always that possibility. We at least saw Eric and, I forgot his name already. The other one. We saw Gerard, we saw them die, and we saw Tilda die. We just didn't see some of the other Zeniths die. So you wonder, right? But if all the Zeniths are gone at this point, then yeah, what is Nemesis' goal now? Is it still to come to Earth and just destroy Earth? And then what? What's it going to want to do next if the Zeniths if they aren't around? And then what is it exactly? Is it a swarm of machines? Is it how does a conscious fly through space? You know, it must have a physical form. It has to have a physical form. Well, that's going to be an interesting fight when we get to that. Jeez. Wow, that'll be a real interesting fight. How are they going to depict that on the screen for us to fight? That'll be real interesting. Fighting an energy form. I mean, literally, you're fighting an energy form. It's an energy, right? It's data. It's energy. How do you fight that? Oh, man. Yeah, that'll be fun. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Tilda obviously kept that secret from us. She wanted to take us with her. She wanted to take Aloy with her. Makes sense. I get that. Obviously, she was not going to let us go. But we had to fight her. She went into a machine, and we had to fight her like she was inside of a mech or something. That battle I thought was going to be a lot more difficult. That was actually rather easy for me, and maybe I just got a lucky shot. I think that's what it was. I think that with my acid that I had used, it had worn away the armor, and then I had my critical boost Valor on, and then I hit it with the precision arrow, and I must have hit it right in the right spot to like end that battle immediately, because I just ended it so fast. So I think I just got real lucky on that shot. Had I not done that, it probably would have been a lot harder. But for me, that was kind of easy only because I got the right place. And then Tilda is dead. And basically, Silence did make a choice that he's going to stay with us. And now it seems like our goal is to fight Nemesis. That's the ultimate goal. So it sounds like the third game could be where we fight Nemesis at the end of the game, if that's where they're going to go. So I guess Nemesis still has to get to Earth, but it's on its way. It ain't here yet. We do have Gaia. We have all the subordinate functions. Now that could help us to rebuild the Earth and build up our defenses against Nemesis. And as I said in the video, unite all the people of Earth. And I think if the third game goes anywhere, that's where it should go, is into this idea of reuniting all the people of Earth. Because we are scattered throughout. We have learned that there are people over the oceans. There were other cradle facilities throughout the Earth. So there are civilizations like the Quinn out there on other lands around the globe. If we can unite everybody on the Earth to fight against the Nemesis, then maybe we have a chance. And maybe that's where the third game could go. So I could see that as a good follow-up for being the third game. The third game could be either we, unite all the people and then fight Nemesis, or just unite all the people and then they have a fourth game. I don't know. I don't know how many games they plan to have with this. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a third game, because we do need a conclusion to this. A trilogy would be nice. A trilogy would be a great thing for a game to achieve. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do for the third game. But it sounds like Nemesis will be a big component of that. Big component. And also maybe uniting the people on Earth. Big component. But where will we go? Will we travel overseas? Maybe that's the next component to it. We travel overseas to lands unexplored, or maybe the eastern part of the United States. So far in Zero Dawn and Forbidden West, we've pretty much gone from the middle of the United States westward. So we have the whole East Coast. We have, like, I would love to see old New York. Imagine how much they could do with New York, the ruins of New York, or the ruins of, the eastern seaboard, places like that. I guess it would be underwater, probably. But there still should be a lot of places. Washington, D.C. Could you imagine going to Washington, D.C. in this future and seeing the ruins of that? I would love to go to those places. So I would say if there's places I want to see in the next Zero Dawn, or the next Horizon game, it would be Washington, D.C., it would be New York, it would be some of those iconic places on the eastern side of the United States. I think that could be really fun and interesting. And that would be a good place to take the game. Then at that point, we would have gone east. Like, this could be Horizon Forbidden East. I mean, why not? You've done Forbidden West. The next one could be Forbidden East. I'm coming up with all these great ideas, guys. All these great ideas. Horizon Forbidden East. Let's do it. Let's go eastward now. That could be a lot of fun to explore. Anyway, those are just some ideas I had about the third game and what I got from the end of this game. Again, I still have the Burning Shores DLC, so maybe we'll learn some other things that will change those opinions and thoughts. But for right now, that's what I have. So that's all the talk about Singularity and the end of the game. The storyline, the lore, and all that. Now let's talk about the game itself. The first thing I want to say is absolutely enjoyed this game. I had as much fun in this game as I did in Zero Dawn. I had as much fun with the lore building in this game as I did in Zero Dawn. Maybe Zero Dawn was a little bit more because it was new at that time and we were really learning about the end of the world. But we did learn a lot of stuff in this game too. I mean, a lot of stuff. So I liked the lore, I liked the story, I liked where it led. The start of the game was very fun, having to, start off at that launch pad area. That was really fun and unique. And then throughout this whole game, you literally, and I mean literally, are moving west. I mean, through every section of the game, you are coming to new settlements, and each settlement looks very different than the other. You've got the gorge area, you've got the middle section, which is like literally desert Las Vegas. I mean, that was incredible exploring. You have the desert section, and then you have the marshlands toward the west, and then the mountains up north, and then all the way to the sea where you have San Francisco, a sunken San Francisco. The scenery, the environment are exceptional in Forbidden West, and I said that about Zero Dawn as well. The environment is exceptional. I give a huge kudos and thumbs up to the graphics artists in this game. Absolutely, they have designed a beautiful game. You cannot say the game isn't beautiful. You go from, the day-night cycle, which is just beautiful. The weather cycle is also varying and changing depending on the locations. You've got the desert winds, you've got the sand, you got the snow, you've got, you can feel, you got heavy rains at times. You can feel the environments as you're going through, viscerally, you can feel them as you're in the environment, the sound and the visuals. The environments they nailed. The lights coming through the trees, the sunlights, visually, the game is stunning. The game is beautiful. It is also a 100% upgrade over Zero Dawn in terms of visuals. There's a greater density of grass and ground materials and better texture quality. Everything is sharper. Just absolutely, they upped it for this game versus Zero Dawn. Now, Zero Dawn just had a remastered version come out. They have taken some of the things they've learned from Forbidden West and applied those to Zero Dawn on a visual upgrade for Zero Dawn. I have not played the remastered version of Zero Dawn, but I have looked at some screenshots and playthroughs of it, and I have seen where they've extended the level of detail distance is extended in Zero Dawn. The ground detail and all that is extended. You can see things farther off. The world detail is a little bit better. Texture detail is a little bit better in that. When I played Zero Dawn, I played the original. Well, I played the complete. I take that back. I didn't play the original version. There's actually, I guess, been 3 versions of Zero Dawn. There's the original version, which was on the PlayStation, obviously. Then there's the second version, which came out on PC, called the Complete Edition. And on that one, they did enhance the Complete Edition for the PC. So that version already was enhanced over the PlayStation version on the PC. There were some advantages there for playing it on the PC. That's how I played the game. I played the Complete Edition on PC. Then, now they have the remastered version of Zero Dawn, which is even enhanced beyond that. So I have not played that version, but I played like the middle version. So I was already playing a somewhat more enhanced version of the original version of Zero Dawn. So that was nice, but now they have an even better version. So if you never played Zero Dawn, go play the remastered version. You should enjoy that. But I have seen the changes they made. Now for Forbidden West, this is the second version of it, because again, they had the original version, which was on PlayStation, and then they have the Complete Edition on PC, and that's what I'm playing. So this is a little bit more enhanced than the PlayStation version. For example, one of the things I have enabled in the game is NVIDIA DLAA. That is for better anti-aliasing and image quality. I'm not using DLSS. I'm not upscaling. I am running at native resolution 1440p on my monitor. But at native resolution, I'm running DLAA for even better image quality. So great anti-aliasing image quality and just an improved experience. It's more graphically demanding to do that, but with a GeForce RTX 4090, not a problem in this game. So I was running at the best visuals I could get, running the PC Complete Edition version of the game with a 4090 DLAA enabled at native resolution, all settings maxed out as far as possible, and that led to those beautiful environments that we saw in the game. Just absolutely beautiful. So I enjoyed that a lot. Since we're on the topic of graphics right now, let me just continue down that line. There are a couple of things that I had wished that the PC version had. I could understand the PlayStation version not having it, but the PC version, I would have liked to have seen a couple of ray tracing options. Because we are in that era. In fact, the PlayStation 5 can do ray tracing, so they could have implemented it even in the PlayStation version. For the PC version, though, that should have been a no-brainer. They even could have done that in Zero Dawn. When Zero Dawn came out on the PC, they could have done it then too, but I was hoping they would have some ray tracing features for Forbidden West. Now, I'm not talking about like global illumination, which would be just very, very graphically demanding, probably too graphically demanding, but some simple ray tracing stuff, like maybe ray traced shadows and ray traced ambient occlusion. That would have been nice to have. That is some light ray tracing that you could add on that should be possible to do on the PlayStation 5 and definitely on a PC. So that's something I would like to see. I could understand not doing reflections and not doing global illumination, but just doing shadows and ambient occlusion, ray traced shadows and ray traced ambient occlusion would have enhanced the visuals of this game even further on the PC. And they could have done that in this version, and I would have liked to have seen that. I think that would have been a nice addition. I hope for the next game they give us some ray tracing features to just push those visuals even more, and I hope they continue to do that. If we look ahead to like the PlayStation 6, for example, that will more easily support ray tracing features and performance and all that. So I would hope that they would be forward-looking with the next game and give us some of those forward-looking features. I would like to see that, because I think it could be just another, enhancer to the great visuals of this game already. So I just want to put that out there because I look at those sort of things. It's what I do for a living. I do video cards and all that. So I look at the graphical features and I can I can tell where things need to be improved or where things could have been a little bit better. And since I'm playing the complete edition on PC, they could have done that for the PC version. If they ever make a remastered version of Forbidden West, I hope they add those in for a remastered version. So anyway, that's about the graphics. Let's talk about the sound design. Sound design of this game is incredible. Always was for Zero Dawn as well. The music draws you in. It's got the great music that I love in a game. Deus Ex are another 2 games that have great soundtracks and great music in them. This game and Zero Dawn has that in spades. The soundtrack, the audio as you're going through it, it's just incredible. I mean, that's pretty much all I need to say about that. It's just good. The sound design is good in this game, and I enjoyed that a lot. I did enjoy the dialogue. I thought the dialogue was very well written. I thought the dialogue was very well acted. Felt very professional to me. Nothing seemed, amateur to me. It all seemed really good. I really loved the dialogue choices that we got. I really love all of the dialogue that we could go through. The one thing we didn't get a lot of in this game that maybe we got a little bit more in the last one was the turning point choices, the ones where you can affect like how the game is driven, like you make a fist choice, a brain choice, or a heart choice. Those, like, the game has a specific name for that type of choice, but you know the choices I'm talking about, where you can make like a real decision in the game, and that affects how the characters view you and the dialogue you'll get with those characters. There wasn't as many of those in Forbidden West as I think there were in Zero Dawn, and I was expecting a lot more of those in this game. There were not as many. So they maybe could have had a few more of those in this game. They could have given us some more turning points to make there with character choices and how characters would view us and dialogue options we would get with them. I think there could have been a little bit more of those branching storylines there. If there's one place to improve, that would probably be it. Would be that area in the game for the dialogue. But otherwise, I did enjoy the dialogue quite a bit. It was very good. Let's move on to the gameplay mechanics. Gameplay mechanics is where I have a big negative, a big downside to the gameplay mechanics. In Forbidden West, they tried to cram so many new combos in that you simply cannot remember every combo you're supposed to use and every combo ability that you have. You can't remember them all. I would have to have post-it notes going down my monitor. I would, if I wanted to remember all the different combos and things that I could activate and how to activate them on my character, I would have to put post-it notes down my monitor of all the key combinations to press. They packed in so many advanced new features you can do with weapons that I can't remember them all. I can't remember all the ones to do. There's so many different ones. And I think they overdid it. I think they gave us too much. They packed in too much. It's too much, guys. Too much. Like Zero Dawn was the right combination. Forbidden West, too much. Some of the new things I really did enjoy. Some of the things were just too much. I don't even know if I can bring them all up in my skills and all that to show you guys, but like all these skills, the Valors were a really cool addition. So I do like the Valors, but look how many Valors there are. 3, 6, 9, 12, 16, 20. It was like 20 Valors here. Like, I can't remember all of those Valors. I can't remember when I want to use the right Valor to use. And then to use the Valor, you have to go select it as the active Valor, right? So it's like, okay, that's just one aspect. But then you have these other like combinations where like you click this and you click that and you hold this and this and you hold that and you get this thing and you tap this while doing this and you jump to do this. Like, one of the things that was real confusing for me right at the very start was like the Resonator Blast. I don't even think I ever really figured out the Resonator Blast, but there was like the Resonator Blast. That was crazy. But yeah, the resonator stuff, like, it's all this kind of stuff where like tap tap F and like tap 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 F and like, and you know, and this and hold T and like, you know, push forward and hold this and look at this one, tap tap pause tap tap, and you know, look at this one, tap pause tap 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 tap, and this one tap 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 pause tap. These are the kinds of things I'm talking about. It's like all these different taps and pauses and tap 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 and pause and tap tap and pause. Like I can't, while I'm in the middle of battle, like right in the middle of battle, I'm not going to be able to remember all those key combinations to press while I'm in battle. I'm just not going to remember all those key combinations to press. I'm going to be more apt to just go into my weapon wheel and selecting the weapon I want and then just switching weapons on the fly. It's going to be hard enough for me just to do that, to remember all the key combinations I can press to enable all these special abilities I can do. And then on top of that, remember we have these things here. Like if I hit X, I've got like knockdown shot, triple notch, high volley. You've got different things, and each weapon, each bow has like different ones. This bow has braced shot, focus shot, double notch. So each one has, you know, something a little different, and you've got these different like techniques you can enable with those weapons in addition to the key combinations, the key presses you can do. So you have bow types that are like, you know, you got to use the right bow for the right situation. Then you have the different weapon types. You got to make sure to use the right weapon for the right thing. Then you have the different elemental types. And then you have the different things you can do under that, like focus shot, brace shot, and all that. And then you have the key combinations you can press on top of that. Press, 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 pause, whatever, hit T, hold T, hit spacebar. And then for like melee, you have different ones as well. Like, you know, you got like hold this and do this, and different melee has its own, you know, combinations you can do. And then you had some other shots, like for example the resonator one, like where you like do damage and then you come back, you shoot, and then if you shoot them with an arrow while they're like wobbling, you know, and in a almost some kind of state, you can like do knockdowns and do all these special abilities. Like it's all these combinations that they packed into this game. It's too much. That's my main complaint with this game. It was too much to remember at one time, and I ended up not using all those abilities simply because I can't remember all the combinations I'm supposed to press. Now sure, I guess in replayability it gives you different options for replayability. Like you could play one way and then, you know, come back a second time, play the game, and do it a different way with different abilities and different skills and different things. Sure, that could be fun, but for your first playthrough, it's too much to remember at once, and I just couldn't remember everything at once. So I'd say that's probably my primary complaint of the game. It's just too many combinations of things to remember to do at one time. I like things to being a little bit simpler, to be honest with you. It's just a lot all at once. I like the options, it's cool, but it's always a lot to remember at once. Also, in the bottom left corner, you can really pack a lot of stuff in there. Like, I didn't even use, look at this, I didn't even use, in my playthrough of Singularity, I didn't even use the stuff down there. I have all this stuff available to me down there. I got healing smoke bombs, I got health potions, I got stamina increase. I've got these capsules for my spear, which I absolutely like those capsules. I think that was a good idea. But I didn't end up using them at the end of the day. Got a drop shield. I didn't even use any of those at the end of the day. So sometimes it's just a little overly complex. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. It's just a little too much all at once. Looking at the outfits and stuff, I believe Legendary was a new thing that was added. I would have liked to have had more Legendary weapons. I think that's the only thing, is I would have liked to have had some more Legendary weapons. I settled on the Nora Thunder Warrior Legendary outfit. I think that was probably the best one, and it's fully leveled up. I would have liked to have had some more Legendary weapons, but in order to do those, you have to do the combat pits, and I really didn't do those. I also think that the coils got very complicated as well. I'll say that. The coils got real complicated, and the different types and kinds you can have, and yeah, that got a little complicated as well. Definitely a lot of tools you can have. There's just a lot of stuff to have here. I don't have any strike pieces. I don't know what that was. I never played strike. That was a mini game inside the game you could play. That's right. I never did strike. And I guess that's the other thing, is there were melee pits you could do. There were combat pits. There was the strike game you could play. There was a lot of extra stuff you could do. And I guess if I spent the time doing that, it would have been beneficial. I did not do any of that. Some of the gameplay elements, however, I did finish was, number one, I did all the cauldrons, so I completed all the cauldrons. That was fun. Pretty much what we expected. All the cauldrons were a little different. I did like the secret cauldron, the one where it had like, well, I would say the secret tall neck, the one that was like a tall neck cauldron, and when you activated it at the end, you activated a secret tall neck. That was fun. Also, Gemini, I guess, was a secret cauldron in a way, because it turned out to be a cauldron you did at the end. So that was like a secret cauldron as well. So I did all the cauldrons. I finished that. The Relic Ruins, that was new. That's what was added for this game. And the Relic Ruins, I enjoyed those. They were puzzles, okay? So a lot like, you know what they reminded me of? They reminded me of the very old school, old day Myst games. If you've never played Myst, those are very old games. Very puzzle-driven games. It reminded me of playing Myst, and I haven't played that in decades, but I remember that it kind of reminded me of that. But the Relic Ruins, yeah, they were puzzles, and I think that was fun. I think they were varied up enough that they were fun. There was even like a secret hidden Relic Ruin under Las Vegas that you had to do. So that was fun, and I enjoyed those, and you learned a little bit about the area that you were in because of it. Now, the one thing I didn't like about the Relic Ruins was the reward. I don't think the reward was worth it. It was an ornament you could set up in Las Vegas as a hologram. That ain't worth it, guys. That just wasn't worth it. The reward at the end of the day was not very good for that. So I did not enjoy the rewards you got for those. However, I think the end reward wasn't it the legendary weapon? Is that where I got the legendary weapon from? I forget. I was just looking at the inventory here, but this weapon I got, the Sky Killer? No, maybe not. That's not it. I forgot what. I remember I opened a chest. Maybe it was something down here. Maybe it was a gauntlet. It was something. I remember something. I opened a chest at the end of it and I got something and I was like, all right, it was cool, but I never ended up using it. So yeah, you got a reward, but I don't think it was that great of a reward. I think we could have had a better reward for the Relic Ruins. Now, the one reward I'm extremely disappointed about is the drones. I did all of the drones, and I painstakingly went through the process to do all the drones, to make sure I did them all, and I got no reward. No reward at all for doing the drones. I thought it would have been cool if they had brought the drones in as a storyline element and used the drones, say, perhaps for the final quest for Singularity, or when we did Gemini. Actually, it would have been a good thing to have it with when we did Gemini. Would have been great if we could have had the drones being used to make sure the Zeniths were not aware of our attempts on going to Gemini and putting Gaia in there and doing that thing there in Gemini. That would have been a great point to use the drones, use them as intelligence to watch on the Zeniths. And I wish it had brought in that storyline element. They could have pushed that a little bit farther with the drones, and they also could have given us an epic reward for those drones, for finding all of them. I wish they had done that. They missed an opportunity with those drones. They really did miss an opportunity. So, yeah, I'm disappointed with doing that because I put in the work to do that, and I didn't get nothing for it. All I can do is change the hologram in Gaia's room. That's nothing. So, a little disappointed with that one. Let me look through and see what else I've missed here. They also had this difference between side quests and errands, and of course the main quest. Errands were nice. They were quick little errands you could do. The side quests typically had multiple layers to them, and they were a little bit longer, and then the main quests were the longest. That was fun. Salvage contracts, that was new in this game. I enjoyed the salvage contracts because it was fun just taking out machines and getting a reward for that. And, at the end of it, you'd have a little secret, like, battle to do around the salvager person, and you take that out. I enjoyed the salvage contracts. That was a fun addition. I never did the hunting grounds. Obviously, that would come back. I'm sure that has a story there, too, or something. Melee pit, that was new, I think. And I did some of it only to get the Thunder Warrior outfit that I have. But obviously, that's how you get more legendary gear. Or was it the arena? Yeah, there's hunting grounds, melee pits, and the arena, so there's different things there. I did some of that. I did what was needed just to get the Thunder Warrior outfit. Rebel camps, rebel outposts, that was as expected, and that was a lot of fun. That was another thing I did complete in the game. Like I said, Relic Ruins, I did all the tall necks. The last one where you have to fly on the top of it, that was a lot of fun. Cauldrons, Gauntlet Runs, that was also new in this game. I completed all of those. That was just a fun little thing, and I believe we did get a good reward for that one. Collectibles, that was again, let's talk about the collectibles. The black boxes, number one, that was new. Finding all the planes and the flights, hearing the black boxes and what they had to say, that was really interesting and backstory in the game, and I loved that. Like I said, the survey drones was terrible, no reward. Relic Ruins, talked about that. Let's talk about the Vista Points. I don't like the change they made to the Vista Points. So, I like the way the Vista Points were before. These were a lot harder to find. You really had to line it up perfectly on the cell phone towers. You had to get into the right spot to line that up. I found that really difficult, and I don't know why they needed to change it and make it more difficult. I like the Vista Point system they had before. I also like the way the cell phone towers were before. I don't know why they had to change both of those things. So I did all that. Like I said, survey drones, we talked about that. Yeah, all that. So that's all the collectibles. So let's talk about flying in the game. I'm a little disappointed that you don't get introduced to the flying aspect until much later in the game. It's a later main story quest called Wings of 10, and it's pretty much right before you finish the game. I would have liked to have had a little bit more time flying in the game before I ended the game. I also wish they could have incorporated the flying with the final quest, Singularity. I think it would have been fun if we had come in on a bird and dropped in. Just give us an epic fly in and drop in. Something like that. I don't know. Could have been fun. Could have been interesting. Some way to use the flying ability in the final quest would have been fun. I do like the flying ability. I love that mechanic of the game. I think that was a great addition. I just think it was introduced late into the game. Or at least for me, it was introduced late into the game. Wish I had come across that much sooner. It would have been much more beneficial. I would have flown everywhere and done everything by flying. I would have. But it was introduced to me so late in the game, it was just not as useful as it could have been. So I wish I had got introduced to that a lot sooner. That would have been real fun. But what can you do? I wasn't, it wasn't, and that is what it is. But I'm guessing in Burning Shores, maybe I'll use it more in Burning Shores now that I have that. The other mechanic that I really enjoyed was the swimming ability and gaining the rebreather so you could swim underwater. There were a lot of things you could do underwater in this game, and a lot of resources that could be gathered, especially the green stuff, green shine. Green shine was abundant if you really... I found some really good places underwater to get green shine from. But I like this idea of building a rebreather and being able to swim and ultimately, forever underwater. Great mechanic. Love that ability. Really enjoyed that. Getting to swim through the cave systems underwater and finding new places was a lot of fun exploration. The bad part is you can't fight machines underwater. I think if they were going to evolve the mechanics of the game, finding some way to be able to at least whack with my spear, or stab, maybe a stab with my spear, something underwater, right? Obviously, you're not going to be able to shoot arrows. I get that, but stabbing with my spear, a stab ability with my spear underwater, so I could stab machines. That would be fun. That would be a way to get them out of your way. Otherwise, you just have to hide from the machines in the stealth kelp, which is a little annoying sometimes. I would have loved to have an ability to stab the machines to death underwater. So if they wanted to evolve on that, a stabbing underwater, that would be something to add, or some kind of device that can be used underwater would be nice. To be able to fight underwater would be kind of nice. But yeah, I enjoyed the underwater scenes. I enjoyed the rebreather mechanical aspect. I enjoyed the flying aspect. Obviously, you can still mount other machines and ride them and override them and use them to help fight on your side. Now, I never used that mechanic in the game. I know that a lot of players do. You can override machines. You can get them to fight other machines. There's a weapon you can fire on machines, and it will target machines, and it will send machines to fight other machines based on that target. That's a great system, and I'm glad it's in the game. I never used it personally, but I can see how it can be useful. And it's obviously an option you can use. I didn't end up using it, but it's there if you want to. So that mechanic is all there, and that's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the blast sling a lot. That was one of my favorite weapons. I would say the corrosive blast sling is like my favorite blast sling. I'm glad I found that early on and upgraded it, because it was extremely useful for me. Extremely useful. I loved that thing. The advanced arrows were nice. The precision arrow was pretty powerful. The Sun Scourge was nice. I just wasn't able to upgrade it until much later in the game. It took so much to upgrade that bow. But once I did, that's a nice bow. What I did not like was the sludge, and I'm sure everybody's complained about this. You have a limited amount of sludge you can have. 15 sludge is all you can have. You cannot upgrade the capacity of sludge you can carry. And because some of the precision arrows and some of the Sun Scourge stuff all require sludge to craft, you're limited to what you can craft out in battle. And so you end up not being able to use it as much as you could or would, because you can't craft more of it because you run out of sludge. I wish that I could have crafted a pouch that allowed the sludge to double to 30, or cut the amount of sludge you needed in half for the crafting of items that require sludge. That was my main thing. I would have loved to have just had more sludge so I could use more of those weapons more, but I just couldn't, because I would run out while I'm in battle. So I had to be careful about using those weapons when I wanted to really use them more. So I didn't like that. I wish they would not do that in the next game, please. Don't do that, please. Or give us an ability to craft a pouch that can double it or something. That's all I'm asking for. What else should I talk about? I liked... Oh yeah, Varl. Varl died. So I did not see that coming in the game. Obviously, Aloy had been friends with Varl since Zero Dawn. I believe Varl was the first one she met at the gates of All Mother's Embrace, or whatever, when Aloy sets out from the Nora homelands. Varl is the initial one at the gate. So Aloy has known Varl since the very beginning of the game, the first game. And seeing him die, I didn't think that they would kill a main character like that. And so early on, but they did. They did. I guess not early on, but they did. Yeah, they took Varl out. And even after he had found Zoe. Oh, that's sad for them. But they did, and that kind of showed me that anybody could die. I was ready for Erend to die at the end of this. I really thought that that's where they were going to take it. I'm glad they didn't, but I was ready for it. So, main characters can die. There you go. Varl was one of the first. I think he was one of the first that we gave a focus to. And so yeah, that's pretty crazy. And the whole idea about having to get the subordinate functions for Gaia, that was a great storyline. I wonder if I can have some dialogue with Gaia, actually, now that I'm finished with the main quest. When I start the DLC, I am going to talk to Gaia first and see if she has anything I can talk to her about. I wonder if she does have anything. That'll be interesting. Yeah, I'm going to do that. But that whole idea was great. And then, of course, we learned that there is an Apollo backup. Absolutely. It's on the, ship that is in orbit. Now, we have a ship in orbit. Just think about that. We have an advanced Zenith ship in orbit at our disposal moving forward. We have the Apollo database. We have Gaia. We have the Zenith base at our disposal. We have the advanced printing machine of the Zenith base. They can print machines incredibly efficiently. Of course, we do have our cauldrons as well. So imagine if we could interface Gaia into that system. Imagine if we can interface Gaia into not only everything on Earth, but the Zenith base on Earth, as well as the space station. We could do amazing things. Not space station, you know what I mean. The ship in orbit. We could do amazing things with all of that. That's why I'm really excited for the next game. I think it could be real interesting. They could take it in a fun, interesting way. I wonder, though, will Aloy ever go to space? Will she ever launch into space? Will she get to see space? Will she get to be on the ship? Just think of Aloy's storyline from Zero Dawn to now. Where she was an outcast of the Nora. And where she has come from that. All the way to potentially space. Imagine going back to the Nora lands now and talking to all of them. I think that would be a great follow-up, though. I would like to see that in the next game. I would like a section where we go back to the Nora lands. Where we go back to the Nora, where it all started. Because we didn't get to see Rost's grave in this game. I would love to go back to Rost's place, to his grave. I would like to go back to the Nora, the people there, and talk to them after all of this has happened. I think a circle back around from the beginning, circle back to where it all began, and have some dialogue with everybody in the Nora tribe and say, like, well, guys, guess what? We've been to space. I mean, you guys are kind of stuck around here. We've been to space. I think that'd be a thing to say. I don't know. I'm just seeing that progression of Aloy from where she's been as an outcast all the way to here, and then possibly even to space. I hope she does get to go to space. I hope she gets to go up to the ship. That'd be a lot of fun. But obviously there's a whole lot of potential there, so I'm really excited for the next game, and I hope they don't squander it. I hope they don't mess it up. I hope they don't make it, there's been a lot of problems. I don't want to get political or anything in games, but there's been a lot of problems in games lately, in a lot of games that have become, with the woke dialogue and all of the things that have been pushed and agendas that have been pushed into these games lately. And I think it's coming to a head. I think you're hearing a lot about it now, and you're getting a lot of resistance maybe from gamers that they don't want to see and hear this kind of stuff, and they want a professionalism in their game. They don't want it to be amateurish, and I just hope that the developers are up to the task for the next Horizon game, and they don't squander it, and they don't ruin a good thing that they've got going on here, because it could all go good or bad. I think they did fine with Forbidden West. I think it was a good evolution of the game franchise, and I just don't want that to be ruined in the next one. And so here is all my hoping, that the next game is written well, written professionally, voice acted well, and that they really do a good job. Because I think they did with this one, and I just want to see that continue, because I love this franchise. I love the storyline of the game. I love where it's going. I love the lore. I love the whole idea that we're in the future, 1,000 years in the future, but the past was more advanced than we are now, but yet we're starting to become advanced in many ways. We're building up to what the old ones were. We're getting there. And I want to see that continue. And how ironic is it that originally machines took out the people of Earth, and then also machines took out Far Zenith. It's happened twice, but from the same people, I guess, but still, it's happened twice. The storyline is played out twice. It happened on Earth, and it happened on the colony. And that's just, I think that's telling, and I think what it shows is that we as humans are imperfect. If we build systems like that, machines, whatever, they're gonna be imperfect like us, in a way. I don't know. It's cyclical. It's like a circle. It's cyclical. It all comes back around. It happened on Earth. It happened on the colony. Now let's hope it doesn't happen another time. But first we got to take care of Nemesis. But I think the people of Earth now, these people are the ones that are here to stay. I hope it doesn't happen a third time. I hope we don't have a fourth game where it's another 1,000 years in the future and Aloy's civilization, you know, were the ones that destroyed Earth again. I mean, that could happen. But it's real interesting how there's this cyclical, you know, rise and fall of civilizations over time, and of Earth, I guess, possibly over time. And this game is exploring that, and I think it's very deep, and I think I could go into a whole philosophical thing about it. And I don't really want to do that right now because I've been talking for hours and I'm extremely tired. I've been playing this game now for... This recording has gone on for 3.5 hours, so I'm a bit tired, and I need to wrap this up. But I like where the game's going. I like where the storyline is going. I like the questions that are brought up, the overall questions for humanity, and us, how it relates to us in our world today. I love it. I love it all. This is good stuff. So I'm going to give Forbidden West an A+. No, take that back. I'm going to give Forbidden West an A. I'll give it an A, maybe an A-, and I'll give it an A. I'm going to give it an A or A-, somewhere around there, only because of that mechanic I mentioned where I think they're trying to cram too many combos in at one time that you could do. I think it needs to get a mark off for that. So it gets a mark off for that, so I'll give it an A, not an A+. It gets an A. It's close. I think it could have been a little bit more refined, and I think they could have done a little bit more of some other of those things that I mentioned, like integrating some of those story aspects into later versions of the game, just making a little bit of changes. So yeah, I'll give it an A, a solid A. How does that sound? I think that's a good score. So that's where I'm going to go with my review of Horizon Forbidden West. Obviously, this is the base game that I just finished, and I do have the DLC Burning Shores to complete next. So that will be the next thing I do. I will have a full playthrough of Burning Shores on this channel, so make sure to check that out. And if you have not seen my playthrough of Forbidden West or Zero Dawn, they are also on this channel, so make sure to check out those full playthroughs. And that's going to be it, everyone. Thank you for spending your time with me through this incredibly long journey and being patient with my playstyle and me wanting to take a long time and explore the world and loot everything. I do appreciate it. I make these videos for you all because I could just play all these games on my own, but I enjoy sharing them with you and sharing the storyline and figuring it all out and playing it together with you all. So thank you for spending your time with me. Hope you have a very, very blessed day. Thank you so much, and stay tuned for the next one.